Hello, hello, and welcome. We're going to give a few minutes before we bring our special speaker today onto the stage. And as we allow people into the virtual room of ours, my name is Francis Sablola with the Raymond Aaron team. I'm so excited about today's event and today's lessons that Raymond is going to teach us about creating your own book, not only writing your own book, but how to have your book written and published in as little as sorry about that, 10 weeks here. Now, as we are going, I want you to do me a small favor and let's get this show on the road. In the chat box, first off, I want to see that I can see your name in the chats. In the chat, what I would like to do is see you write your name, say hello, where you're from, and what you're looking to get out of today and what you're looking to learn from Raymond Aaron. So let me see in the chat who you are, where you're from Malaysia. Wow. We are international now from Anne from MD. I was born and raised in Maryland myself, so that's great. Alan from Las Vegas. Bishnu from London. We're already international. We have Malaysia, US, London, Tanzania. Walter, welcome. Jesse from France, the best opportunities to find a good publisher. Mike is looking for a best opportunities for finding a good publisher. Christine from Columbus, Ohio, welcome. Sri Lanka is in the house. Pittsburgh, Iceland is in the house. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's see, San Diego, it's going so fast I can't even see it. Canada, Julie from Maryland, another Marylander here. Huntsville, Alabama. I was just in Huntsville not too long ago. Hey, Sergi. Canada, I want to learn what you want to say. Oh, there we go. Baltimore. Bin Wu. I am born and raised in Baltimore, as I mentioned earlier. That's great. Michelle from Arizona. We're going to give a few more minutes to let the room fill up. We have a lot of people jumping on, and I see the numbers of attendees increasing. So please, in the chat box, let me see where you're from. Tell me your name, where you're from, and what you are learning. I am not seeing this in the chat box, what you want to learn from our special guest presenter today, our special presenter today, Mr. Raymond Aaron. Jillian says she's called by God to write a book and prayed for the direction that this came. That's amazing, amazing. Publish a book. Alan wants to publish a book. Get focused. Right now is a great time to get focused. This is the month of December. 2021 has been a very interesting year. 2020 was a very interesting year. 2022 brings new opportunities. And if you're on this call today and you're looking for a new opportunity, if you're looking for something that's going to skyrocket your personal success in every area of life, a book is going to do that. Telling your story is going to do that. Al from Canada wants to write and publish his book. Danielle wants to self-publish versus information about self-publishing versus a publishing house. Betty wants to learn how to write a book and have it published. Shirley wants to learn a book and have it written and published. Sean from Orlando, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. That's great. Wants to write and publish a book, the first book. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So before we go in and before I introduce our main speaker today, I want to share a few things about the power of story. So let me go ahead and share my screen. If it's okay, let me go and share my screen right now and get into some content with you right now. So give me one moment as I do that. And again, while I am doing this, please feel free to share who you are, where you're from. We have many, many more people joining us today. So if you can see my screen in the chat, please give me a yes. Can you see my screen in the chat? Give me a yes. Danielle, thank you very much. Julie, thank you very much. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, I want to tell you, if you are on this training, and I'm humbled and honored to be here to help hosts. I'm humbled and honored that you are here because you are someone who has dedicated their life to creating a story, and your story has power. The person you are today is a collection of not only you, but your history, the people that come before you, the experiences that you've gathered, the things that you've learned. If you agree with me, let me see a yes in the chat again as well. That your story and who you are today, that's what has created who you are. And that does have power. That has power to influence, that has power to change, that has power to inspire. that has power to drive your family, to drive your success, to drive who you are in business. And it's so important to realize that power can be transferred to create your own success. Whether you're looking for personal success, to build your own brand, to become more known and famous in your industry, to create financial success with your book, or to just create the story so you can have other people learn from your own experiences. That's what your story can do. Now, here's the thing. Stories are so important to the human narrative because we are wired for stories. Stories are what protected us in the early days of human life, gathered around the campfire, talking about where the big monsters are, what caves to avoid, things to learn, things to pass down from generation to generation. And because of that, we've become so accustomed to hearing stories through life. And we are wired to hear those stories. We want to hear those stories. From stories we hear, we gather lessons. From stories, we know how to grow. It's like standing on the shoulders of giants. Stories give us the ability to live through those who've lived before us and gain that knowledge and continue forward. So that's why your story is so important, because also your story has the power to connect. And that's what our speaker today, Mr. Raymond Aaron, is going to share with you on how to connect your story. Here's the other thing. The biggest brands in the world have the biggest stories. We hear about Facebook and how Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook from his Harvard dorm room, or McDonald's and the McDonald's brothers, and the founders of how that and how it became a massive business. Apple with Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs from their garage creating Apple. The biggest brands in the world have the biggest stories. But today it's so important, especially to your personal success, that you know that stories carry attention. And in this world, attention is currency. But here's the great thing about book, because you're on this call to learn about how to create a book. In the world of social media, it's instant. You post something, it goes away. It might go viral, but it'll disappear and it's forgotten. But your book is your calling card. It's your personal mission. It's your story on the page that is created, and it's out of the digital world. It's physical, and you have it in your hands, and you can share that powerful story that you took your lifetime of experiences to turn it into something physical that you can hand to someone and share your own story to success. Right now is the time to build your own brand. And Raymond is going to share how to build that brand, not just in business, but in life, how to share your story through the pages of a book and how to get it published, how to get your book published and written and published in a very, very short amount of time using his amazing system, and what you're going to learn today. And you know that your audience is drawn to your story. So today you're going to learn from a very exciting trainer, someone who has shared his gift of not telling his story, not only telling a story, but mentoring people, inspiring people all across the world for well over 30 years. I believe close to 39 years now. Someone who's written hundreds, over 100, I believe 147 books. A New York Times top 10 best-selling author. And someone who is an amazing teacher. I consider a friend and mentor. Raymond, are you there? As we give Raymond a minute, let me know in the chat. Are you ready to learn about how to build your story along your audience? Give me the mission. And we had a lot of people jump on since actually we started. Give me your mission of what you're looking for today. Are you looking to build your story for your business, for your personal message? What are you here today for? There we go. Hello, Raymond. How are you?
Wonderful. Oh,
wonderful,
my gosh.
Wonderful.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to be here.
Absolutely. And I gave you I've warmed up our audience here. It's a great crowd. They're very active in the chats. Everyone in the chat, say hello to Raymond right now. And we have an audience from all over the world, multiple countries, Canada. I saw Sri Lanka. I saw Iceland. I saw the United States. We have a very, very excited group ready to hear the message you have to share with them.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for giving me that great introduction. Thank you for finding out why people are here and getting them excited about what I have to say. I'm so grateful for you, Francis. Thank you so much. So let's get started. I am so keen. I am Raymond Aaron. I am a New York Times top 10 bestselling author. I have been on stage for 38 years. I have written 147 books, and every one of them came out on time, and every single one of them got published. Wow. But that's about me. Let's get to you. And the best way we can get this started is to just learn a little. Going to share my screen. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Let's get started. This is going to be so exciting. A little bit of administration. Francis, you're still the host. Okay.
I am not the host anymore, Raymond.
No, stay the host. All right.
Oh, actually, I accidentally made you the host.
Okay, good. No problem. Here we go.
Perfect.
Here we go.
Thousands of people from all over the world have come to know success and personal fulfillment on a grand scale. Thanks to the teachings and dedication of this man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Raymond Aaron.
Exciting and motivating audiences everywhere into action with his unique insight and life-changing strategies. He has helped many people from many different walks of life take conscious control of their lives, enabling them to double or even quadruple their income doing what they love.
When you're doing what you love, your light shines so brightly that other people are attracted to you.
He's Raymond Aaron, a New York Times best-selling author and creator of the Monthly Mentor Program, one of the most innovative and effective goal-setting programs ever developed. He has been listed in the Who's Who and has appeared on numerous radio and television programs during that time, sharing his vision and his wisdom. Raymond's success can be attributed to the many years of collected wisdom from various mentors and associates, as well as his own life-tested techniques. Techniques that have helped hundreds of thousands achieve their dreams. Techniques he himself uses in his daily life.
He models what he teaches. He's done it, he models it, and that shows through.
Lives his mission. He really is deeply committed to people having their dreams come true.
Raymond Aaron is well known and respected by celebrity mentors and entrepreneurs throughout the country.
My life completely changed when I met Raymond Aaron because Raymond could take the best of what I had to offer the world and give me a model by which to touch the world to a greater degree and live more abundantly.
The one thing about Raymond's program is that Raymond underpromises and over-delivers. And I say that about almost no one. He has a great program and I highly recommend it to you.
He is just a sweet, sweet human being. And whenever I say that, sweet human being, I want you to get, he's sweet and powerful. He's fun and serious. He's playful and profound. It's the full package.
What I love most about Raymond is that he is absolutely dedicated to making his life the best life it can be and making your life the best life it can be and creating as much fulfillment on this planet as there can be. He is absolutely caring. He's got a brilliant mind. He is wonderful at structuring great programs, but it's really his heart that's leading the way.
Raymond wants to help you achieve the same level of success as these people, as he has for thousands of others. These others started out just like everyone here, and through Raymond's methods, you'll learn not only to become successful, but to do it efficiently and quickly. Please welcome Raymond Aaron.
All right. How much do you earn? Please don't put it into the chat. It's a rhetorical question. What I find is when I ask my friends how much they earn, they tell me they earn more than they think anyone deserves. When I typically ask members of my audience, they always say they earn less than they deserve. Why do you earn less than you deserve? And my friends and I earn more than we think anyone deserves. The answer is one thing is missing. There is one thing missing, and I'm going to tell it to you right at the beginning of this presentation, because I know that you're ready for a huge change. I know that you want to be in the top 1%. What is the top 1%? $300,000 a year. $300,000. You might be looking up at that and say, oh my God, it's so much. I'll have to work evenings and weekends. But none of my friends, including myself, we don't work evenings and weekends. Actually, today is a weekend, but usually I don't. Usually I don't. And it's because we have something that you're missing or missing part of. And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. And you might be wondering, well, what is your income, Raymond? And I won't tell you my annual income, but I'll tell you the best I ever did. I earned $1 million in a speech. 1 million. Only 9 people in the world have ever done that. Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, a half a dozen others, and me. Why? Because there's something I have that you're missing, and I'm going to tell it to you really soon. And if you don't have it, life will seem unfair to you. Life will seem unfair to you. You must climb the 4-rung ladder of wealth. How many rungs? 4. If you haven't started taking notes, take notes right now, because I don't want you to wake up tomorrow morning and say, how do you get rich again? Here it is right now. The first rung is visibility. Everybody who's wealthier than you is more visible than you. The second rung is credibility. Everybody who's wealthier than you is more credible than you. That is, they are liked by more people than like you. And here's the great news. If you have visibility and credibility, you can't stop the wealth from coming in. If you have visibility and credibility, you can't stop the wealth from coming in. Oh my gosh, I promised you 4 rungs. I've only delivered 3. If I don't come up with another rung quickly, my brand is in jeopardy. Yes, my brand is in jeopardy. And here it is. There is another rung, but it's in the wrong direction. It's in the dark side. It's invisibility. Invisibility. 97% of people in the Western world are completely invisible. You are known by a few neighbors, a few friends, a few family members, a few co-workers, and that's it. And when you're known by so few people, when you are that invisible, it's really tough to make a buck. It's tough to make a yen. It's tough to make a euro. It's tough to make a pound sterling. It's tough. So where do you earn more money? At the bottom or the top? At the top. But you typically have to take one step at a time. However, I've created the only 2-step, which starts from invisibility, which is lucky because that's probably where you are. And it gobbles up visibility and credibility all at once. Why? Because it's the 2-step. But I already taught you that if you have visibility and credibility, you can't stop the wealth from coming in. So here it is, the most brilliant idea I've ever come up with that takes you from the very bottom to the very top. And here it is, the most brilliant idea. You've been waiting for it. I've been promising it. And here it is. You must have your own book. You must have your own book. Wow. I asked my dear friend, Dr. John Gray, who wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, Kids Are From Hell. I asked him, if you could change one thing in your great life, what would you choose to change? And he said, I'd rather have a book than a PhD. Really? Why, John? And he said, call up a radio station and say, I have a PhD. Would you like to interview me? No. But call them up and say, I wrote the book on men-women relationships. Would you like to interview me? Oh my gosh, of course, yes. But it's not just about men-women relationships. Tell a radio station, I wrote the book on cryptocurrency. I wrote the book on real estate. I wrote the book on retiring rich. I wrote the book on Reiki. I wrote the book on massage. I wrote the book on dental health. I wrote the book on climbing Everest. Whatever you know about, anything that you know about, people want to know about it. And you will be distinguished and branded, and people will look up to you when you have written a book. Wow. Having a book means you can indeed aim higher. Money will come to you. Opportunities will come to you. Income, media appearances, patience, clients, joy, and all the goodies of life will come to you when you are branded by writing a book. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this presentation into 3 parts. The first part is how horrible my life was. The second part is the one decision I made. I'll tell you a clue. The one decision is I decided to write a book, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So the first part of my life was how terrible it was. And then I made one decision. That's the second part. And then the third part is my life since. So let's use that format because that is what will happen to you. When I was born, I was broke. Maybe some of you have had that same experience. And then I took a job I didn't particularly like, so I took it out on a substance. And my substance of abuse was food. I got very fat. And because I wasn't really enjoying my job, I wasn't doing a good job at my job. And so my boss fired me from my job. I went home and told my wife that I got fired. She did the only thing a reasonable woman could do. She dumped me out of our marriage. And I learned something. I learned that getting divorced and fired on exactly the same day are just extreme forms of market research. And what was the marketplace telling me? The marketplace was telling me that I wasn't doing well vocationally because I got fired, nutritionally because I was overweight, matrimonially because I was dumped. Also psychologically, I was depressed, a 39-year-old life loser, $100,000 in debt. A 39-year-old life loser, $100,000 in debt. Wow. And I'm a clever guy. I have a Mensa IQ. That's the top 2% of IQ in the entire world's population. I graduated as a physicist and I've been rated as a genius in mathematics. And this is the crap life that I created. Yuck. And then the turning point of my life came when someone said to me, write a book. I said, write a book? Why? And he said, write down the names of some of your neighbors and friends and coworkers. So I did. Then he said, circle the ones that have written a book. I said, what are you, nuts? None of them have written a book. And I noticed they were all struggling financially. And then he said, write down the names of people you know who are rich. I said, excuse me, I don't know anyone who's rich. And he said, well, just write down the names of people that you've heard of, like Sir Richard Branson, Warren Buffett, Steve Wozniak, just some famous people. So I wrote it down. And then he said, circle all those who had written a book. Every one of them had written a book. Book. And I hadn't written a book. I said, oh my gosh, I see your point. The people who struggle haven't written a book. The people who are rich have written a book. I said, oh my gosh, I should write a book. And I said to him, well, what should I write about? He said, write about something you know. And so I said, maybe I'll write this book, How to Become a 39-Year-Old Life Loser, 7 Proven Techniques. But that's not the brand I was going for. Turns out that I'd made a great deal of money in real estate, but I lost it all in the divorce. And even though I was broke, I still knew how to make money in real estate. I just didn't have any money at the time. And so I wrote this book. You can make $1 million in Canadian real estate. Yes, I am a Canadian. Don't hold that against me. I'm a Canadian. I'm a nice guy. And I wrote that book. And I want to tell you something now. The next 10 seconds are going to be the most exciting 10 seconds of your entire life, because I'm going to tell you what happened as a direct result of writing that book. And here you go. This is not the time to go out for a sandwich. This is not the time for a bio break. This is the time to fix your eyeballs and ears on the screen. This is going to shock you. Listen carefully. From age 39 to age 40, 1 year, I got completely out of debt. It was the first time that I was out of debt in my entire adult life. And then in 1 more year, from age 40 to age 41, I became a millionaire and I've never looked back. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. And I bet you would like to have that same experience. Well, guess what? My clients are getting there faster than me. They're getting there faster than me because I'm a way better coach than the guy that helped me all those years ago. Wow. So I told you how lousy my life was. I told you the one decision I made, write a book, now come into my life. My dearest friend is Jack Canfield. And I go on vacation with Jack Canfield twice a year. Here I am on a cruise ship with my friend Jack Canfield. And I'm not sure if you can see me. I think you can see me in this picture. I hope you can see me. Les Brown, one of the greatest speakers of all time. And yes, a dear friend of mine. Oprah's boyfriend. My gosh, he's tall. He's so tall. And this picture embarrassed me so much that I told Stedman, don't move. And I ran around the entire hotel to try to find a little step ladder or stool or something to take another picture. And I did find one, and we did take another picture, but it didn't work because even standing on a stool, he's taller than me. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. And Bob Proctor, the grandfather of the entire personal growth industry, Sir Richard Branson himself, Brian Tracy, good friend of mine, Brian Mulroney, the Prime Minister of Canada. Have you noticed that every single time I introduce you to a friend of mine, books drop down? Have you noticed that every single time I introduce you to a friend of mine, books drop down? On the other hand, when you go visit friends of yours, books don't drop down. Books do not drop down. Why? Because my friends who are wealthy, because they've written a book. Your friends haven't written a book. That's the dividing line. That's the dividing line. Steve Wozniak, here I am with him. You can see he autographed my Mac computer. And Dr. John Gray, Bill Clinton himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the greatest wealth teacher of all time, Robert Kiyosaki. And now, best of all, wait till you see this, Shrek. Why do I say Shrek? Because even Shrek has a book. Even Shrek has a book. It's not what you know. It's not who you know. It's who knows you. The most famous people in the world know me now. Did they know me when I was 39? No. Did they want to know me when I was 39? No. But they know me now. Why? Because I've written a book. Now listen carefully. You might say, why? What's a book got to do with anything? And here's the answer. All of my friends have written a book. In fact, more than one. Jack Canfield's written about 250 books, but he admits he's an overachiever. If they've all written books, they look down on you because you haven't even written a book. So you think it's okay to not write a book because none of your friends have. So you think it's okay. But my friends think you're kind of weird if you haven't written a book. And they figure if you haven't written a book, it's because you have nothing to say. And if you have nothing to say, why should they listen? So my friends would never become friends of yours because they think you have nothing to say. That's how serious it is. That's how serious it is to not have written a book. And that's why you struggle. And that's why it's difficult for you to earn a buck. No matter how much you earn, you know that you deserve way, way more than that. But life's a bit of a struggle. It's hard to get noticed. It's hard to buy ads on Facebook and Google AdWords. It's a struggle. Life's a struggle. You have to go for low-hanging fruit. You think that clients are fickle. You think your boss overlooks you. It's because you're not branded by writing a book. So there's 4 problems you have to solve if you want to write a book. And the first problem is the forward scandal. A forward is a 1-page letter at the beginning of your book written by a world famous celebrity. And the problem is that world famous celebrities know that if they write the forward for you, you'll make a great deal of money. And they want some of it. So they charge $25,000, $50,000, sometimes even $500,000 to write the forward for you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Here are the 3 rules. Make sure you get them down. Rule number 1, you must have a forward. Rule number 2, it must be written by a world famous celebrity. Rule number 3, don't pay for it. It's not illegal, but it's scummy. And the second problem is the publishing problem. People spend years writing a book and they make 100 copies of the book and they send it out to 100 publishers, and then they get 100 rejection letters. Terrible. Here's my rule. Note it carefully. Don't you dare even start writing your book until you have a contract with a publisher. Don't you even dare start writing your book until you have a contract with a publisher. And I commit to you, I promise you that before this presentation is over, I will teach you not only how to write a book, but I'll teach you how to guarantee to have a contract with a publisher before you even start writing your book. I guarantee it. Wow. Number 3 is you have to have an official book launch. You see, every movie that's ever made has a world premiere. Well, every book should have an official book launch. Unfortunately, most don't. I wrote a New York Times top 10 bestseller, Chicken Soup for the Parent Soul, sold almost 1 million copies, hit New York Times top 10, and I didn't get an official book launch. You must have an official book launch. Unfortunately, it's very expensive. and it costs $10,000 to $20,000, and the author has to pay for it. The author has to pay for it, but do it. Do it. It's worth it. Could cost $10,000 or $20,000, but it's worth it. And number 4, you must end procrastination, because if you are the victim of procrastination, your book will never come out. And how do I end procrastination in book writing? I've created a job description called my personal book architect, my personal book architect. And what she does is she cajoles me and she goads me into writing another chapter, writing another page. She just keeps me going. And because of that, every single one of my books has come out on time. Wow. Wow. But I promised you 4 problems. Let me give you a 5th problem, because I always want to over deliver. Here's the 5th. Never join any program unless the guru himself is willing to personally teach you in a follow-up workshop. Never join any program unless the guru himself is willing to personally teach you in a follow-up workshop. You see, speakers these days are so clever that they can make you think that they're going to be there for you forever, but as soon as you buy their program, you never see them again. Be careful that they themselves are going to come back and help you. So how do you know when you're branded? And here's the answer. When someone says wow about you, you're branded. When someone says wow about you, you're branded, and your income and your net worth skyrocket, as Bianca found out.
My name is Bianca Montiel, and I'm the author of the book called Let's F the System, 5 Ways to Have All the Fun and Freedom You Want. Ever since I started writing this book, only amazing stuff happened to me. And plus, everybody that meets me and finds out that I'm an author, they all say wow. And I think that's kind of the only thing we actually aim for in life, to be amazing. And because I said amazing, I wanted to tell you that Raymond is amazing.
Thank you, Bianca. Every wealthy person and every successful company is branded. You must be branded also. How many ways are there to get branded? There's 4. I'm going to teach you all 4, but you only have to choose one. I'll teach you all 4. You only have to choose one. Here we go. Branding technique number 4 is branding by association. Who do you associate with? Who are your friends? Who are you known to hang with? I showed you pictures of me with about 100 of the most famous people in the entire world, but you may not have world famous author colleagues. So this one doesn't apply to you, but don't worry, there's still 3 left. Branding technique number 3 is branding by testimonial. Now you might think that you have testimonials, but listen carefully. I'm going to shock you. A testimonial can't be from a client. What? A testimonial cannot be from a client. Why? Because let's say you're trying to sell something to me and I'm almost agreeing to buy, and you give me a testimonial of how amazing you are, written by, let's say, Mary McGregor. I say to myself, who the heck's Mary McGregor? Maybe it's your neighbor. Maybe it's your cat. I don't know who Mary McGregor is. Testimonials from clients don't work. It has to be from a world famous celebrity. You might say, nobody's got a testimonial from a world famous celebrity. Oh, is that right? Well, let's see if I do. Have you heard of Robert Kiyosaki? Have you heard of Robert Kiyosaki, the greatest wealth teacher of all time, the author of the amazing book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? But I like his second book better, Cash Flow Quadrant. I like his second book better, Cash Flow Quadrant. Here's what Robert Kiyosaki says about me. I thank Raymond Aaron and his tapes on goal setting for helping me to achieve more with less stress. Wow, wow, wow. When someone that big says something that big, that's a big deal. You might say, how do we know he said that? And it's because he wrote it on page 187 of the very first edition of his second book, Cash Flow Quadrant. I happen to have a copy of it here. There we go. I thank Raymond Aaron and his tape on goal setting for assisting me in achieving more with a lot less stress. Wow, world famous celebrity. Wow. I've made an extra $8 million over the last 7 years because of that one sentence. Wow, wow, wow. But you may not have great testimonials, certainly not from world famous celebrities. Well, you've blown 2, there's 2 left. Branding technique number 2 is branding by achievement. Branding by achievement. Oh, that one's easy. Were you recently the mayor of your city? Were you recently the president or prime minister of your country? Were you recently the governor of your state or the premier of your province? Were you recently the winner of a Nobel Prize? Did you recently set a world record? Did you recently win an Olympic gold medal? No, none of those? Well, let's see if I have any achievements. You know, this very, very difficult athletic exercise is called the plank. Most people can do the plank for 30 seconds and then they collapse panting on the carpet. Wait till you see when the fireworks die down. I did a plank, wait till you see it, for 11 minutes, an 11-minute plank. And I have lots of other significant athletic achievements. But in business, I've been in the who's who every year for 38 straight years. And in every one of those 38 consecutive years, I've been on the very first page, though that's mostly for alphabetical reasons. Also, I'm internationally syndicated on radio talk shows all around the world. And you can be on radio and television too, but only if you've written a book. Nobody wants you unless you've written a book. And I'm sure you've heard of the incredible book and movie, The Secret. There was only 40 teachers chosen to be filmed for that movie, and I was one of them. Only 40 teachers, and I was filmed for the movie, The Secret. Wow. I've also purchased over 1,100 pieces of real estate. That's over $500 million in today's money in buying and selling. I have many, many achievements, but you may not have great achievements. You've blown 3, there's only 4, there's only 1 left, and you're hanging on by your fingernails, hoping it applies to you. And here we go. Branding technique number 1 is branding by wow. And what is the easiest wow? To tell somebody that you wrote a book. When you say to somebody, I wrote a book, they will say, wow. And as soon as someone says wow about you, you are branded. Took me 4 years to write Chicken Soup for the Parent Soul, but it hit New York Times top 10. Did I make money from that book? Oh, yeah. You see, I get a royalty check every quarter. That means every 3 months. And my very, 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 very first royalty check from that book was $100,000. My very first check. Can you make money writing a book? Oh, yeah. And then because that did so well, I was asked to write a second book, Chicken Soup for the Canadian Soul, and it became the #1 best-selling nonfiction book in Canada every week for 6 months after its release. And I get a check from that book every quarter. That means every 3 months. My very, 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 very first check for that book was $100,000. Can you make money writing a book? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And my newest book, Branding Small Business for Dummies, which I'm giving you as a gift later today. I'm giving you this as a gift later today. You see, I'm making this presentation as promised on writing a book. And then when this is over, I'm going to give you another very, very brief presentation on a different topic, but quite important. And then after that, I'm going to give you a book by instant download, The Incredible Branding Small Business for Dummies. I am the absolute only one person in the entire world who's ever written a book, both in the For Dummies series and in the Chicken Soup series, the only one in the entire world. And I've decided not to allow this to be sold to the public because I will not give away all this wisdom. I will not give away all this wisdom for $20, but I will give it to you for free at the end of this presentation. So I'm going to give you a presentation on how to write a book, which I'm doing right now. And then I'm going to give you a very, very brief presentation on another topic, which you'll love. And then I'm going to give away this book, Branding Small Business for Dummies. Not available anywhere. Don't bother looking it up in Amazon. Don't bother going to a bookstore. It's not available for sale anywhere in the world. And how long did it take me to write this book? Well, I've developed some techniques that no one knows about. These are techniques that startle people when I teach them. Nobody knows about it. And as a result of using this power, I can write a book in way less time, and I teach other people how to write a book in way less time. Wait till you see it. When the fireworks die down, you're going to find out how long it took me to write this book. 10 hours, 10 hours, not 10 hours to write a book, 10 hours to write a great book, 10 hours to write a book that's so great that I don't even want to sell it, but I will give it to you as a gift. Wow, wow, wow. I wrote a book. I got rich. You want rich? Write a book, but not in 1 to 4 years. The giant breakthrough is you'll learn how to write a book in 10 hours. And if you don't believe it, take 20 hours. There's no race. As Lisa found out.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Phillips, author of the book, The Artistic Edge. And I just wanted to share some amazing things that happened to me since my book was published. Within the first 3 months, I was published in the Washington Post 3 times, and I was able to get a keynote speaking gig in the US at the Tennessee Arts Commission, where my speaking fee was $5,000. I've had so many more incredible things happen, from blog posts, conferences, articles, and also having my book being used as a teaching tool for school boards all across the US. So thank you so much, Raymond, for encouraging me to write my book.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, Lisa. You have a book inside you. It's time to get it out. It's time to make lots of money with a book, as Jim found out.
Hi, my name is Jim Hetherington, and I wrote this book, Your Relationship Rescue Handbook, in the 10-10-10 program. And Raymond said that it was going to change my life, and it really has. Ever since I've written this book, I've been invited to co-author in other books. One is actually published already. I have my second book coming out in the spring. I've been invited to speak on stages. I've been invited to do radio shows and TV shows. I've been invited to go to training events where I teach, and I'm on main stage and training and encouraging other people. It just really has changed my life. I highly encourage you to get involved in the 10-10-10 program. Write a book. Raymond's team is just amazing. Raymond himself is a great mentor, great teacher, has amazing systems that will really help you get this thing through, get it done, get it published, and get out of the sea of sameness.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, Jim. But now here's your lame excuses. But I don't have the time. Excuse me, the average person in the Western world watches 11 hours of television a week. That means you could write 52 books this year and still watch your favorite TV show. Don't you dare tell me that you don't have the time. But I'm bad at English. This is actually okay. You can be bad at English. You can be bad at spelling, grammar, punctuation. That's okay. English can be your second language. It's okay. And you can still write a great book. How? And the reason is that when you finish writing your book, the only person who sees it is your editor. The only person who sees it is your editor, and your editor makes it look like an angel wrote your book. Everybody needs an editor and a formatter, but it's not included in the program because the cost is small. I teach you how to get the cost really small. I also teach you how you can get it for free. So if it's free, don't worry about it. And some people say, well, I've never written anything before. 94% of all the people who've ever taken my book writing course in the last 10 years have never written anything before. Never, ever, ever. So don't worry about it. It's designed for you. I don't know what to write about. Well, this is quite legitimate. And in order to make sure that you write a great book that will make you the most amount of money, I personally work with you. I personally work with you to design the best target audience, the best topic, the best title, and the best subtitle. I personally work with you. My mouth to your ears, your mouth to my ears. You and I personally work together. That's my commitment to you. Wow. But I'm just an employee. Then get ready for raises, promotions, and job offers from other companies. Why would they choose you? Because you're the only one in the company that's written a book. And so you stand out. You're branded. You're distinguished. But I'm a professional. We're not allowed to advertise. I know, but a book is the absolute best advertisement, and it's not considered an advertisement by the self-governing bodies, as Ursula found out.
Hey, this is Ursula. Almost immediately after I announced that I was the author of an upcoming book, I started to get invitations to do podcasts and speaking engagements. And of course, I got new clients walking through my door. I love Raymond's 10-10-10 program. Raymond is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ursula. But I don't know much. You actually know much more than your readers. What kind of book should I write? A nonfiction book about what you want to make money at, or a fictional story, or an autobiography about yourself, or a biography about somebody else, or a book of your poetry, or a children's book. Whatever's in your heart, that's what you should write about. My friends will laugh at me. No, they won't. They'll be dazzled, and you know it. How much does it cost? Well, it costs as much as a small car. And if you can't afford it, you'd better join. If you've been working for 5, 10, 20, 30 years, and you don't have a few $1,000s to rub together, you better do something different. And this is the most powerful something different you are ever going to get offered. Oh, and by the way, I don't have permission to offer this to you today, but I'm so proud of it. I just want to tell you about it. My legacy is this incredible 6 audio program called the Ultimate Authors Marketing Guide. Don't be frightened about that price. I'm not offering it today, but I'm very proud of it. The Ultimate Authors Marketing Guide. It does 2 things. It dramatically increases the number of books that you sell, and it dramatically increases the power of your book to sell you or your products or your services. Really a powerful program. And the people who are fortunate enough to get into my 10-10-10 book writing program typically upgrade and pay this $3,000 a month or 2 after they get in. But I'm not offering it now. I just want you to know about it, full disclosure. So how will a book help you? I know exactly how a book will help you. You'll have lots of residual income and lots of free time. For example, because of my books, I take a 1-week vacation every month. Yes, a 1-week vacation every month. I have 10 slides like this. I know that you can't believe it. I know you think your boss won't give you the time off. I know you think your clients won't let you leave for that many times. No, but I'm doing it. And so are my clients. Wow, wow, wow. And even more amazing, on top of a 1-week vacation every month, I take a 1-month vacation every year. And I mean it. I slept on that beach in Fiji for a month. I whitewater canoed in the high Arctic for a month. I went to the rainforest in Ecuador for a month. I had a 1-month honeymoon in the North and South Islands of New Zealand. I trekked around Nepal, around the Annapurna Mountains of Nepal for a month. I was on safari in South Africa for a month. I did a double crossing of the Sahara Desert by jeep and camel. I spent 4 months going all the way through Europe, from Israel, which was never in Europe, to England, which is now no longer in Europe, but for some reason I still call it my 4-month European vacation. And I spent 1 month in Australia. I spent 1 month in Bali. I spent 1 month in Croatia. But my best, my absolute best, my absolute best 1-month vacation was Antarctica. Wow, what an amazing, amazing continent that is. And there I took the greatest picture I ever took in my life. Do you want to see it? Good, because I brought it. Here it is. Yes, I took my tuxedo to Antarctica. And there I am standing with a king penguin. Behind my head is not gravel. Behind my head is 150,000 king penguins. Wow, I'm the one on the left. So, is my life the life that you want? I have absolutely no debt of any kind. I have very high income. I have very high wealth, and I have the sweetest marriage any man could ever even imagine. My wife is an extremely high income CEO. She is also an actress, a model, and a competitive dancer, and she loves me. I'm the most blessed man in the world. Not just because I got the sexiest wife on the planet, but also because I drive the sexiest car on the planet, a bright red Tesla S. Actually, it's not exactly true. I don't drive a Tesla S. It drives me. It's an amusement park ride. It's got automatic self-drive. It's just amazing. It's what a glorious car that is. And I live in a gorgeous new home. I recently moved into a 3-story luxury log cabin way out in the wilderness. Deer and muskrats visit us. There was a turkey vulture that hatched on our property a year ago. And I have got my own river and waterfall. I've got an indoor sauna and an outdoor hot tub. It's just so glorious. High residual income, lots of time off to do what I want. Wow, wow, wow. Is that the life that you want? I think so. Is that the life that I have? Yes. Is that the life that I had at age 39? No. What's the difference? I wrote a book. That's the difference. So you've heard some of my clients refer to the 10-10-10 program. Let me tell you exactly what that stands for. You'll write a book of 10 chapters of your own words, and I'll help you with those words. In 10 hours of your own time, take more if you wish, it's not a race, but here's the most important one. You'll be holding your finished, physical, published book. You'll be holding your finished, physical, published book in your hands 10 weeks from today. 10 weeks from today, 2.5 months from today. Wow, wow, wow. Now, there are 2 levels to my program, the upper level and the lower level. The upper level has more benefits and a higher tuition. The lower level has fewer benefits and a lower tuition. So you just choose the one that is best suited for you. So let's talk first about the lower level. Level number 1, it's called platinum. Level number 1 is called platinum. And at the platinum level, you get 5 guarantees, 5 guarantees, not just promises or hopes, written guarantees in writing. Guarantee number 1 has to do with, I don't know what to write about. And so guarantee number 1 is, I personally will work with you. I personally will work with you to make sure you have the perfect target audience, the perfect topic, the perfect title, and the perfect subtitle, not just to have a book and not just to have a great book, but to have a great book that makes you a lot of money. Wow. And guarantee number 2 is maybe the most important. It is the perfect book length. You see, what most people do is they just go type, 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 type. And when God tells them the book's finished, they stop typing. But that's a problem because you see, if your book's too thick, then people will say, ugh, no, I don't have the time. But if your book's too thin, people will say, oh, it's just a marketing brochure. Your book has to be the exact right number of pages. And I've studied it and I figured out the exact right number of pages. And if your book isn't that exact number, you might as well not have written it. And if you don't know what it is, then you're wasting your time with all your typing, typing, typing. I guarantee that I know and will tell you the perfect book length. Wow. Guarantee number 3 has to do with what is the deadline. And you know the deadline, it's 10 weeks. But no, I'm going to give you 5 times more than that. I'm going to give you 1 entire year to get your book done. 1 entire year. You might say, I've been writing my book for 20 years and it's not out yet. Yes, because you had no one guiding you. You were lost in the wilderness. You were wandering in the desert for all that time without any guidance. Under my guidance, you will write your book and have it done and published in 10 weeks. But I'm giving you an entire year. Guarantee number 4 has to do with when do I start making money? This is probably the most blessed, most wonderful guarantee of them all, because you will start making money before you, most people start making money before you even start writing your book. But my guarantee is you'll make money before you finish your book. You will have cash in your bank, extra cash in your bank because of your book before you finish writing your book. I know that you think that's crazy or impossible, but it's my guarantee, so it'll happen for sure. And number 5 is really important, but we'll get to that after we talk about this. You might be saying to yourself, Raymond, you don't get me. My problems are too heavy. I can't just rush out and buy and write a book. Well, the reason your problems are so heavy is because your income is way too low because you haven't written a book and you're not branded. So if you're branded and you've written a book, your problems go away and you can go places you never thought you could go before. Wow. And the final guarantee number 5 of the lower platinum level is the forward scandal. And guarantee number, remember the 3 rules I told you? You must have a forward. It must be written by a world famous celebrity, but you cannot pay extra for it. And here it is. Guarantee number 5, I will write the forward for your book. Instead of wandering around hoping that some world famous celebrity will agree to write the forward for you, instead of that, I agree in advance to write the forward for you. And here's what it looks like. You can put it right on the cover of your book. This is a book that I published called The Unique You. And right under the author's name, it says forward by Raymond Aaron, New York Times bestselling author. Now, if they know me, they'll say, wow, how'd you get Raymond Aaron? But even if they don't know me, they'll say, wow, how did you get a New York Times bestselling author to write the forward for your book? That'll so distinguish you, and it'll be right on the cover of your book. Now, if you know someone more famous than me, go ahead. Go ahead, use whoever you know, but most people don't know any world famous celebrities. And so I've solved that problem for you. And remember, you can get there faster than me. You can get there faster than me. You can pay off your debt in a year. You can become a millionaire in another year. That's how long it took me, but you can actually get there faster. Wow, wow, wow. You can earn your annual income in one speech, but only if you've written a book. Nobody wants you on their podcast. Nobody wants you on their stage. Nobody wants you on their radio or television talk show. Nobody wants to interview you on their YouTube channel. Nobody wants you unless you've written a book. Now you might say, that's not true. I was on a podcast once. I was interviewed once. Yeah, and 7 people heard it. So what? I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of people watching it. And if you want to get on those big shows, you must have a book, as Raisa found out.
Hi, my name is Raisa, and I'm the award-winning author of the book, Make My World a Better Place, How to Live in Peace and Harmony with Others. Do you have any goals, dreams, ideas, opinions that you want to share with the world? Then you need to write a book. For me, this wasn't possible without the 10-10-10 program hosted by Raymond Aaron. It's fast, easy, simple to use, and you actually get things done. With this book, I was able to gain my first speaking opportunity with the world famous Bob Proctor. And then I'm going to have the same opportunity to speak with the world famous Jack Canfield, all because I wrote a book. Raymond, he is amazing. And without his program, I wouldn't be able to do so many things. The age of 16, that's right, I'm 16. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Now here is the hugest. You know that there's a lower platinum level, but wait till I tell you the upper platinum plus level. At the upper platinum plus level, the second level, the higher level, you inherit the 5 guarantees of the lower level, plus you get 5 more powerful guarantees. And here they are. The first one is concerning procrastination. Instead of saying, I've had a book inside me for 20 years, which just means you're a lousy procrastinator, wait till you see this. Guarantee number 6 is you can have my own personal book architect. You can have my own personal book architect who makes sure that my books come out on time. You can use her to make sure your book gets done. And I know you're not jumping up and down because you don't know what the heck a personal book architect is. So let me explain. You see, I've been telling you that you'll get your book out in 10 weeks. You'll be holding your physical finished published book in your hand in 10 weeks. But something happened. Chinmay Swami finished his book, Run Before You Walk, in only 6 weeks. So then the race was on. Somebody else beat him and did it in 5 weeks. Someone else beat him and did it in 4 weeks. Someone else beat her and did it in 3 weeks, until this young lady at age 15 wrote #success in 4 days. From the minute she joined the course, 8 p.m. on Sunday, to the minute she took this selfie and sent it to me on Thursday at 8 p.m., 4 days to get her entire book done. From not even knowing what to write about to holding her finished published book in her hand, 4 days. That's the power of a personal book architect. Now, the next is, what if my book isn't published? Well, this is horrible. You spend all the time and effort and energy and love to write your book and it doesn't get published. Wait till you see this. Guarantee number 7 is, I commit to publishing your book. I am the best publisher in the world. My imprint is 10-10-10 Publishing, and I guarantee to publish your book. One of the benefits of joining my incredible 10-10-10 book writing program is that I will publish your book. And why do I say I'm the best publisher in the world? I'll tell you. You can go into the office of the top publishers in the world. They're all head office in New York City, and say, if you accept my book, how much do I get? And they will say 6%. Every one of them, they'll give you 6%. That means they keep 94% of your book. That's criminal. I don't like that. I've had my books published by lots of those big shots, and I don't like it because I don't want them to keep 94% of my money. So here's my deal. If you're lucky enough to get into my 10-10-10 book writing program, then I guarantee to publish your book, and I give you not 6%, but 100%. I give you 100%. I don't keep one penny as a publisher, not one penny. Every penny that comes in from any bookstore in the world, every penny that comes in from Amazon, every penny that comes in from selling the books at the back of your workshops or to your friends, neighbors, whatever, 100% is yours. You might say, Raymond, how do you make any money? Well, first of all, thank you for being concerned about my financial well-being. But the truth is that I've constituted my book publishing company as a nonprofit arm of my empire. And so I can't make money if I want, even if I want to, and I don't want to. I want you to make all the money, not 6%, 100%. Unbelievable. Best publisher in the whole world. What will Raymond do if I write other books? You might say, other books? I don't even know if I could write one book. I know, that's what everybody says. But 1/3 of my already published authors have already published their second book. Why? Because they made so much money on the first book, they took another 10 hours and wrote a second book and made even more money. And so what is my guarantee? Guarantee number 8, listen carefully. I will publish every book you ever write. I will publish every book you ever write or any book that you have already written. Wow, wow, wow. Now, guarantee number 9 is important. How will I sell my book, you might ask? And listen to this very carefully. Guarantee number 9, I will list your book on Amazon, and I can do a better job than you. As an author, you have to go into the front door of Amazon and list your book. But as a publisher, I can go into the back door, and I have more options than you do. I have more ways to list your book so that it'll be caught by the search engines and give you a far higher ranking and therefore sell way more books. And finally, guarantee number 10, you will totally love it. How will I promote my book? People go nuts when they see this 10th one. Many people join the program just to get this 10th one. Wait till you see this. Guarantee number 10, I will host and pay for your official book launch. I will host and pay for your official book launch. No matter how much it costs me, I will pay for your official book launch. And at the book launch, I will bring you up on stage or by Zoom. I will tell everyone how amazing you are, and they will buy your book, and you will keep 100% of that revenue. I get nothing. I pay all the expenses. You get all the revenue. That's unbelievable. No other publisher in the world does that. And here is the very, very, very hugest. There's no risk to you whatsoever. There's no risk to you whatsoever because I give you this guarantee in writing. At the platinum level, you get 5 guarantees. At the platinum plus, you get those 5 plus another 5, which is 10. Wow, wow, wow. And how do you get all this wisdom? Well, one way you get the wisdom is there's 19 home study videos. 19 home study videos. And as soon as you register, my staff will call you on Monday and will unlock the key that allows you to play the 19 videos. So you'll play video 1, you'll do what it says, you'll tell your personal book architect how well you've done, and she will congratulate you or maybe make some suggestions for changes. And then you'll play video 2 and you'll do what it says and you'll submit that to your personal book architect and she'll congratulate you or maybe make some suggestions. But then when you finish playing your 19th video, you're holding your book in your hand. Once you're played their 19th video, you're holding your book in your hand. Wow. So when can you start? You can start on Monday. On Monday, you will have the home study videos. They're about 15 minutes long. There's 19 of them. On Monday, you can start writing your book and it'll get done on time. But there's another way. Maybe you don't want to play the videos at home. And I know that some people need a little extra nudge to get it done. I hold a 3-day Get Your Book Done boot camp. I hold a 3-day Get Your Book Done boot camp in which I personally am the teacher. And you come to that boot camp and I will take you from beginning to end and teach you exactly how to write your book in 3 days. Wow, wow, wow. You might say, well, should I play the videos or should I go to the boot camp? A very good question. Thank you. The answer is you can do either or you can do both. So for example, some people say, to heck with the boot camp, I'm just going to play the videos at home. Great. Play video 1, play video 2, play video 3, get your whole book done by yourself at home. Some people say, no, I can't get anything done at home. I got kids and dogs. I'm going to go to your boot camp. Great. Go to the boot camp and I'll take you from beginning to end. And some people say, I'm going to play the video starting Monday. And then as soon as the boot camp comes along, I'll attend that also. Yes, you can do both. You can absolutely do both. Some people just do the videos. Some people just do the boot camp. Some people do both. But it's not just 2 ways, you get 3 ways. Because remember, I give you at the Platinum Plus level, your own private coach. At the Platinum Plus level, you get your own private coach called a personal book architect. You'll know her name. You'll know her cell phone number. You'll know her Zoom. You'll know her Skype. You'll be able to text her or email her, whatever you wish, and she will help you. How often can you contact her? As often as you wish. Her only job is to make sure your book gets out. Wow. 3 ways to make sure your book gets done. Wow. And I love holding the Get Your Book Done Bootcamp in Hawaii, because if I'm going to be teaching for 3 days, it might as well be in Hawaii. Now, this is really important. You have to pay attention to this because you probably never heard anything like this before. There's 31 secret subliminal marketing messages that must be on your cover. There's 31 secret subliminal marketing messages that must be on your cover. And if they are on your cover, your book will sell like crazy. If they're not on your cover, it doesn't matter how great the content of your writing is, the book won't sell. Now you have this imagination that you're going to write such a great book, it'll sell 1 million copies. Every new author has that idea. But if you don't have secret subliminal marketing messages on the cover, no one will know the book is good. For example, if you're with a bunch of kids at noon and you say, where would you like to go for lunch, kids? They'll all say, McDonald's, McDonald's. Why? It's not because the burger is good. The burger's lousy. The burger has a dead bun, a dry patty, and you don't get any choice of what you want inside. You can't say double mayo and no ketchup. You can't say that. They just give you whatever the heck they want to give you. And so it's a mediocre to lousy burger. Everybody makes a better burger than McDonald's, but nobody sells as many burgers as McDonald's because it's not about the burger. It's about the secret subliminal marketing messages. It's about the humor of the Ronald McDonald clown. It is about the curvature of the golden arches. It's about the coloring of the golden arches. It's about the wonderful TV commercials on Saturday morning kids TV shows. That's why they go for the burger, even though it's a mediocre burger. And if you write a book without those secret subliminal marketing messages on your cover, that's great. It'll be a good book, but no one will buy it. Maybe your mother. When the secret subliminal marketing messages are on the cover, lots of people will buy it. Wow, wow, wow. Just like the David. The David is the greatest sculpture of all time, done by the incredible sculptor Michelangelo. And if you want to create a sculpture like that, it probably won't come out that way because you may never have written a book before. So what are the odds that your first book is going to be like the David? The first book might come out like this. And if it does, then that's your problem. But if you do it under my guidance, it'll be a great book. The content will be great. And the secret subliminal marketing messages will be on the cover. Wow. Do you want a book like the one on the left, or do you want a book like the one on the right? Your choice. But if you're still sitting there wondering, here's the best news of all. The best news of all is that it's time for a change. It's time to let the book do all the heavy work for you. And it's also time for a giant discount. A giant discount? Yes. I told you it's a small car, but let me be very, very clear to you. It's 28,000 US dollars. It's 28,000 US dollars. Now you might say, gee, that's a lot, but you don't understand. If your income goes up by $50,000 to $100,000 a year, and I mean it, if your income goes up by $50,000 to $100,000 a year, then that's a small price. Even if it goes up by 50 or 100,000 in 1 year, it's still a great investment. You'll be able to escape the sea of sameness. You'll be able to climb up onto the island of individuality so that you'll be able to float effortlessly for the rest of your life down the river of relevant differentiation. You are unique and special, pretending that you're ordinary. You are unique and special, earning as if you're ordinary. But once you are branded, your earning won't be ordinary any longer. And at Platinum Plus, though I promised you 10 guarantees, at Platinum Plus, I'm going to give you an 11th guarantee as a gigantic bonus, and wait till you see it. You know that you already get an official book launch. That's the 10th guarantee. But at the official book launch, I'm going to make you an award-winning author. How? By giving you an award. Here's the award that I gave Vivian recently, and let me explode it so that you can see it more clearly. It's a beautiful crystal award with a brushed steel base. It's very heavy, and it has a personalized award. She got the Living a Life of Purpose award because that's what her book was about, living a life on purpose. It's personalized to you. It's very sacred. It's the Publisher's Award. Wow. And where will it be seen? It'll be seen right on the cover of your book. Here's that same book that I mentioned before. Right underneath your name on the cover, it'll say award-winning author. Wow, wow, wow. You didn't just write a book, you won an award for writing a book. So at Platinum Plus, you actually get 11 guarantees. Wow, wow, wow. And now for the final discount. But why? Why am I giving you a final discount? Is it because of COVID? Is it because of the lockdown? Is it because recently it was Black Friday? Is it because soon it's going to be Christmas? Why? Why am I giving you a discount? And here it is. Wait till you see it. You'll love it. Because it's my birthday. I'm 77, not exactly today, but very close to today. It's my 77th birthday. Wow, wow, wow. And I can see with my X-ray vision that you don't have a gift on your lap that you're about to send me. And since there's supposed to be gift giving on a birthday, I better send a gift to you, a gift of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of discount. Wow, wow, wow. Now, Emma, you'll remember Emma. She's the young 15-year-old lady who has the world record of writing her book from start to finish and sending me a text of a selfie holding the book that she didn't even know about 4 days before. Listen to the heart of this story.
2 years ago, when I was 15, I published my first book, #Success, How Teens Can Create Their Own Brilliant Future. And immediately after my book was published, I started getting wild results. I went to a new school and my book was already in the school library on display right when you walk in. People had ordered my book and were reading it and were coming up to me when I didn't even know them and saying like I had inspired them and they were so proud of me. And I was invited to all sorts of school activities right when I was a new student because my brand was so high already from the book that I had written. And the whole process was super easy and it was super quick. And the program really, really works and it gets amazing results.
Wow, 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 wow. Now, this testimonial is breathtaking. You see, Nathan lives in cold, cold Canada, where homeowners pay $850 for the winter to have snow removed from their driveway and from their walkway. And if you live in his city, then you can Google or you can phone around and you'll find that the going rate is $850. But Nathan is branded by writing a book. He charges 50% more. He charges $1,200. And not only does he get it, they run to him. You might say, I just want my driveway cleaned. What do I care? But his book is entitled, I Don't Just Clean Your Driveway, I Clean Up the Entire Industry. And the subtitle is, Don't hire a snow remover until you read this book. Wow. And when they feel his heart, when they realize that he's dedicated, he doesn't try to get away with anything, he actually over delivers, then they actually run to him to pay him 50% more. And the lesson for you is, if you think that you know what your salary should be, or there's a ceiling on your salary, or you know what you can charge for your products or your services, no, you can charge 50% more when you are branded, believe it or not.
Hey Raymond, I got some exciting news for you. Right now, I'm enrolling clients at a price that's higher than my competition. You heard it, higher, and it's all because of your lessons on branding. I mean, just the other day, I enrolled one client at $1,100. My competition last year charged them $850, and this guy came running to me and enthusiastically signed up for $1,100. I mean, and just today, one guy, I just enrolled a new client for $1,200, and it's Raymond, you are amazing. That's all I can say. And just what Raymond says really works. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, Nathan. Now, remember I told you about the Get Your Book Done boot camp, that I love holding it in Hawaii? Well, we can't do that when there's a lockdown. So of course I'm holding it by Zoom, December 16, 17, 18. It's coming up in a week. It's really soon. Now, you might be sad that it's coming up really soon because you've got something doing December 16, 17, 18. However, there's nothing as important as getting branded by writing a book. There's nothing as important. I don't care if you got a wedding planned. I don't care if you got a funeral planned. There's nothing as important as getting branded by writing a book. And if you're happy that it's coming up really soon, fabulous. December 16, 17, 18. It's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. So it's not that early a start, even if you live in California, and it's not that late an end if you live in Europe. So you can figure out the start and end in your time zone. But I'm telling you, December 16, 17, 18, you can get your book writ. Wow, wow, wow. However, if you're busy, then I hold it every single month because I love doing this. There'll be another one in January, another one in February, another one in March. And you might say, oh, good, I'll sign up in March. Don't you dare. I'm allowing a small number of people in each month, and I've already allowed quite a few people in. And so there's very few slots available for this presentation. And this will probably be my last presentation this entire month because I'll probably use up my entire month's quota in this presentation. So you register today, and then you start writing your book on Monday, because we unlock the lock that allows you to play the videos at home starting on Monday. And then you attend whatever workshop you want, if you want. Some people don't even attend it at all. They just play the videos at home. So today is the day I'm going to give you a giant Christmas special, a giant COVID special, a giant lockdown special, a giant Black Friday special, a giant Christmas special, a giant holiday special, a giant December special, and a giant birthday special. Today's the day to get in. You'll never get a lower tuition than today. And then you start writing your book on Monday, and you attend the course in December, January, February, whatever you wish. Wow, wow, wow. This is my final testimonial, my final video testimonial. I've saved it to last for one reason, because it's the most startling thing you've ever seen in your life. Before he even finished writing his book, he made 50,000 British pounds. That's like 50,000 US dollars. That's like 50,000 euro in 1 minute before his book was even written. Wow.
My name is Nick Bradley, and I'm the award-winning author of Zero to Authentic Hero. Raymond Aaron showed me how to write a book and create a brand for myself. And I spent a few £1,000s doing that. But I wanted to get a good return on my investment. So I wanted to make tens of thousands of pounds back on that time. I went to a conference and I didn't even have a book. I hadn't even finished writing my book. So I printed the cover and I wrapped it around my notebook and I held it up. And I had one client who's paid me £50,000. And that's even before I had a book. So thank you, Raymond Aaron.
Wow, 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 wow. That's what happens when you write a book. There is a strictly limited admission. This is likely the last presentation I can make this month because it'll probably hit the limit of all I'm able to enroll this month in December. So this is important. When you go to the link that I will reveal to you in just a minute, if you go immediately, you'll likely get in. But if you hesitate even for a moment or two, you'll probably see this ugly red banner. Sorry, but this offer is sold out. There's very few left. I've already given several presentations this month, and it's used up almost my entire quota for this month. So this is the ugly banner you'll see if you hesitate. If you know it's for you, then get ready. The instant you see the link, you must grab it to get in. Usually you can take a little time to think about it, but since this is my last one and there's very few left, you have to act very, very quickly. It's not 28,000. It's not 28,000. Here is the all-important birthday price drop, the all-important birthday gift. Here it is. It's not $28,000. Are you ready? I'm going to tell you what the important tuition is for, I'm going to tell you the tuition for the all-important Platinum Plus, the upper level that has 11 guarantees. Get ready. It's not $28,000. Here it is. It's not 28,000. It's 2,800. It's only 2,800. It's a 90% discount, a 90% discount. And here comes the link. Get ready. Here comes the link. Here it is. Aaron.com/101010 program. Aaron.com/101010 program. You can either take the risk of typing it yourself, or you can just go to the chat at the bottom of your screen. You'll see a little chat bubble, click on it, and you'll see as the last chat item is the hyperlink. You just click on that and you'll go immediately to aaron.com/101010 program. For 99% of people that works. If you click on it and it doesn't work, just copy it and paste it into a different browser. If it doesn't happen to work for you, which is quite rare, then just copy it and paste it into a different browser. But 99% of the time it'll work for you, unless you take your time, in which case you'll see that ugly red banner. Grab that link right now. There's nothing I say from now on that's as important as you're getting in. Wow. And as a bonus, do you remember the Ultimate Authors Marketing Guide that not only makes sure that you sell many more copies of your book, but that your book actually sells you and your products and services? It's a $3,000 benefit. But when you invest $2,800 in yourself, when you invest in this program right now, I will give you a $3,000 gift. Heck, the entire program's only $2,800 and I'm giving you a $3,000 gift. That's like getting the entire Platinum Plus program for free. Unbelievable. And not only can you pay in full at $2,800, but there's also a payment plan. The payment plan is 4 easy, equal monthly installments of only $787. Only 4 easy, equal monthly installments of only $787. Unfortunately, you don't get the Ultimate Authors Marketing Guide. You only get that at the pay in full level. But if you need the payment plan, it's available. And it's at the same link. Aaron.com/101010 program. Grab it right now. Both the pay in full and the payment plan are available at that same link. Now, the lower level, the platinum level that has only 5 guarantees. What is the tuition for that? It's not $28,000. It is $999. The lower level, the platinum level that has only 5 guarantees is $997. And yes, you can purchase that and upgrade later by simply investing the difference. Yes. And there's also a payment plan that you'll find at the very same link for Platinum Plus. So whether it's Platinum or Platinum Plus, and whether it's pay in full or payment plan, you get all those 4 options at the same link, aaron.com/101010 program. By the way, I've got another monitor right beside me, and the red banner is not up yet. As soon as it's up, I'll tell you, go away, go sleep, go have dinner or something. As soon as the red banner is up, I'll tell you that it's over, but it's not up yet. And let me tell you something else. It's tax deductible against business income. And you might say, well, I'm not in business. Yeah, you are. Because the instant you sell one book, you're in business. Because business means that you're selling something and paying expenses against that. You're selling something, so that's revenue, and you're paying expenses. Well, if you sell a book, that means you're in business, and then you can deduct any expense legitimately incurred in order to get that revenue. And this course is a legitimate expense in order to get that revenue. So don't worry about whether you're in business or not. You are in business because you're selling books. Wow, wow, wow. That means whatever your tax rate is, maybe it's 25 to 50%, then it's like getting another 25 to 50% discount. Wow, wow, wow. I've created the most perfect solution to write a book and get branded and increase your income. The only thing that's missing so far is you. The only thing missing so far is you. Aaron.com/101010 program. Don't procrastinate. Do it right now. Click on that link right now. Go into the chat right now and click on that link right now. Get into it right now. Weirdly, the red sold out banner is not up yet, so you're lucky. If you've been thinking about it, you're still lucky, but don't test it. Don't test it. It can show up at any time. As soon as that red banner shows up, I say, okay, it's over, goodbye, and I kill the program and that it's over. I am the only book writing teacher who makes sure you make money with your book. Any other book writing teacher just is happy to get a book out, but I don't want you to write a book. I don't want you to write a great book. I want you to write a great book that makes you money. Wow. I'm the only book writing teacher who is himself a New York Times bestselling author. Wow. I'm the only book writing teacher who has written a Chicken Soup book and a For Dummies book. There is no one else in the entire world who can say that. I'm the only book writing teacher who gives you an official book launch at my expense, and you keep all the revenue. Nobody does that for you. I'm the only book writing teacher who gives you 100% of your book sales, not 6%. Wow. I'm the only book writing teacher who gives you a full-time coach called a personal book architect to ensure your book gets done. Wow. And to summarize, it's only $2,800 for the Platinum Plus, the 11 guarantee upper level Platinum Plus program, or a payment plan of only 4 easy equal monthly installments of $787. And you know what that link is by now. Also, there's a lower level Platinum that is $997. And yes, there's a payment plan. And yes, you can upgrade later. And yes, it's at exactly the same link. I'm the only book writing teacher who will do the forward for you. And I'm the only book writing teacher who will give you the entire program for free. You might say, for free? Why didn't you tell us that before? And here's how you do it. You register today. You register immediately. The red banner isn't up yet. I can't believe it. You're still lucky. You register right now. You get into the program, and then you tell your friends, I'm writing a book. They'll say, oh my God, you're writing a book? I wish I could write a book. And you say, well, I didn't think I could do it on my own, but I've got this great teacher, Raymond Aaron, and he's teaching me how to write a book. I couldn't do it without him. And they'll say, oh my gosh, I want to use him. And as soon as 2 people say that, I personally write a check. I personally sign it. I personally put it in an envelope. And I personally lick the envelope. I personally lick the stamp and put it on. I personally address the envelope, and I personally put it in a mailbox to you to give you all of your money back. All of your money back, so that you can have the program completely for free. And not only that, 2 of your friends will also write a book. You'll be in a new friendship with them because you'll all be authors. Wow. Now, I can't afford to give them the Ultimate Authors Marketing Guide. That's just for you, but they get all the other benefits. I'm the only book writing teacher who will show you how to write a great book in only 10 hours. Take 20 if you wish. There's no race. I'm the only book writing teacher who will show you how to hold your physical, finished, published book in your hand in only 10 weeks. That's unbelievable. And there's more, because you see, you can reattend Get Your Book Done Bootcamp as often as you wish for the rest of your life. You can reattend Get Your Book Done Bootcamp as often as you wish for the rest of your life. Why would you want to reattend the Get Your Book Done Bootcamp? And the answer is so that you can write as many more books as you wish for the rest of your life. and I will publish every one of them. Wow. So at the upper important level of Platinum Plus, it's only $2,800, at which you get a $3,000 Ultimate Authors Marketing Guide, that 6 audio program, absolutely for free. And if you wish the payment plan, it's only 4 easy monthly installments of only $787. There's an 11-point guarantee. And as soon as 2 of your friends decide to do it, you get all of your money back. Wow. And at the lower level, at the platinum level, it's $997, and you get 5 guarantees. And you also earn the right to get all your money back as soon as 2 of your friends register for the program. And of course, you know the link now. Oh my gosh, the red banner's not up yet. I can't believe how fortunate you are, but don't risk it. Don't risk it. This is where the red banner shows up right now. So you know the tuition, but I want to tell you one more thing, that if you have any financial question, like, can I split it into 2 credit cards? Then you have to email my chief financial officer. His name is Mickey. He's a wonderful, sincere, honorable gentleman. Email him at help@aron.com. help@aron.com if you want to split it into 2 credit cards. Or maybe you want to e-transfer the money to us, then email help@aron.com and we'll tell you exactly how to do that. Or maybe you want to wire transfer the money to our bank. If you want to do that, just email help@aron.com and my chief financial officer will tell you exactly how to do that. Maybe you've got the cash in your back pocket and you want to have the address of our business so you can just knock on the door of our office, walk in and pay us cash. Then just email help@aron.com and tell us you'd like to do that. So if you have a private financial question, email help@aron.com. If you have a public question, then you'll be able to put it in the chat and I will read it out and I will answer it. But I do want to remind you that as soon as you see this ugly red banner, it's all over. You won't be able to join till February or March. This is, and by then it'll be a much higher tuition because it won't be my birthday. I won't be giving you a big discount. And in any case, the price will go up in the new year. So this is the time to grab the best deal you could ever get. Only $2,800 or 4 times $787. Email help@aron.com in order to ask any question you wish. Maybe you're getting a big, maybe you're a realtor and you're getting a huge commission check on Monday, but you don't have any money now. Then email help@aron.com and beg for something from Mickey. Just tell him what's going on so that you don't get left out. This is the best deal I've ever offered. And so now I'm going to tell you what the next step is in this exciting webinar. The first step is I'm going to teach you how to write a book. Oh, I already did that. Then I'm going to answer any of your questions. They may be in the chat, in which case I'll read them out and I'll answer them. Or, yeah, that's it. And it looks like my staff has already answered all your questions. Joseph says, yes, I want to register. Yay, go ahead. And as soon as you've registered, please put in the chat that you've registered so that I can congratulate you. Marcus says, Raymond, you are absolutely amazing. Wow, thank you. And Gillian says, happy 77th birthday, Raymond. May God bless you with many more healthy and happy birthdays. Wow. Vishnu says, well done, Emma. You are amazing. Yeah, wow. Happy birthday, Raymond. Free gift receiving today. Ha, ha, ha. Lucky me. Okay. Love this. So Melly says, 77. You must be born in 1977. No, I was born in 1944. I was born in 1944 and I'm 77 years old. Okay, so please ask any question you wish. So here's some questions coming in. Okay, here we are. Let me get the first one. Oh, so is that the first one? Altaf says, do you need an email to buy? No, you don't need an email address to buy. And Sam Dubois says, we seem to be rounding up the webinar. I'm looking forward to downloading Mr. Aaron's branding book. That's correct. Vishnu says, awesome. Aisha says, Atlif, you need a credit card. That's right. You don't need an email address. You need a credit card. Aisha, that's very clever. Christopher says, I'll see you in January 2022. Great, but only if you register today. So Christopher, just put in the chat that you finished your registration. Thade says, I need time to create a payment plan by Tuesday. Okay, so Thade Corbett, Aisha, can you please write down that name, Thade Corbett, and make sure we work with him so that we can handle his payment plan by Tuesday. Laura says, I'm in. Happy birthday, Raymond. Can't wait to be in your book club. Wow, congratulations, Laura. Farida says, on my way to the bank, but consider me registered. Thank you, Raymond. Totally awesome. So Aisha, please also record Farida Calder and make sure that she gets back from the bank on time and gets into the program. Michael says, you've answered a lot of my questions. I am interested in registering, but my next step is definitely emailing Mickey. Happy birthday. Great. So Aisha, make sure that Michael Morris gets through to Mickey and that we've answered all of his questions. And Ola says, the weirdest message I've ever seen in my life. Ola says, period, comma, comma, left bracket, equal sign. I don't even know what any of that means. Aisha says, okay. Nagar says, hello, dear Raymond. I'm a scientist and a researcher. Does your method work to write scientific books like medical books or textbooks? I have published many medical books and many textbooks and many research books. Yes, absolutely. So Aisha, just make sure that Nagar Atayi gets great treatment and that we answer his questions. Make sure he has no trouble getting in. Merle says, what if I want to write the book in a different language? Yes, you can write. Many people write books in French, in Greek, German, lots of books. I'll teach you exactly how to do that, Merle. But it looks like your English is absolutely perfect. So don't worry about it. We'll teach you how to write it in whatever language you wish and also in English. So I should just make sure that we take good care of Merle Van, I can't see his full name. Joseph says, first, thank you for the opportunity. I'm a trucker, but I'm having a very hard situations at the moment. I want to be able to motivate people. Building a trucking school to pay back to society. Could you please call me to make a payment plan in private? No, actually, we don't call you. You have to email help@aaron.com and then Mickey will call you back. So Joseph, email help@aaron.com and list your phone number and Mickey will call you back. And Aisha, please make sure that Joseph is treated well. Sabi Kunar says, Raymond, a very big real thank you to you and you light me up. Thank you so much. I owe you, Raymond, heart. Well, that's very sweet. Ola says, that was my baby. That was my baby. I'm not sure what that means. Peggy says, I want to register, but on Monday. Whoa. Okay. So Peggy with a strange spelling, P-E-G-G-U-Y, Aisha. So please record Peggy Myrtle and make sure that we can leave room for her on Monday. But Peggy, it's better not to take a risk. It's better to email help@aaron.com and make sure we save a spot for you. Yasmin says, I can't wait to live this life. Great. Well, then register. And Yasmin, once you finish registering, put a note here that you've registered. Marcus says, I'm 1,000%. However, I can't do anything till Tuesday. So Marcus, you may have heard me say this before. Email help@aaron.com and beg Mickey to save a spot for you. Because when the red banner comes up, you're out. So don't just wait around till Tuesday and pay then. It may not be available. Marcus, email help@aaron.com and Aisha, just take good care of Marcus Filden to make sure he does it correctly. Merle says, thank you. Nina says, happy birthday, Raymond. Wow, this is great. I've emailed Mickey. I should have the resources by Wednesday. Hopefully I'll get in. Well, if you've emailed him, he'll work with you. Bin says, I cannot finish the payment. What should I do now? Well, you might have heard me mention this, Bin. You email help@aaron.com. Aisha's already told you that. Email help@aaron.com and we will take care of you. If you mean you can't finish the payment because you don't have the money, we'll take care of you. If you mean you cannot finish the payment because there's something wrong with your computer, we'll help you. We'll do it for you. We'll take good care of you. Joseph says, thank you. Grace says, does the cost cover publishing? No, publishing is an extra $2.50 per book. Yasmin says, wow, wow, wow. Jillian says, I'm unexpectedly unemployed and therefore have no funds available. As a nonprofit, do you offer scholarships or grants? God gave me a book to write 15 years ago, and I prayed for direction. He led me to you. We have not because we asked not. So I am asking in faith. I sent you an email. My birthday is the 29th. Very nice. So when you say you've sent me an email, I think you mean you've emailed help@aaron.com. And if you have, we'll take great care of you. In the meantime, I should just record Jillian McIntosh Brown and make sure we take great care of her. Laura says, question, I'm a member of Tony Robbins Mastermind Program. Haven't done one yet. I don't know what that means. Haven't done what yet. Can I do your program as a mastermind to share my process? Yes, the mastermind is December 16, 17, 18. It's a 3-day mastermind to get your book done. So Laura, the answer is yes. And Aisha, if just make sure that you take good care of Laura Turka, Trcka. Make sure she's taken good care of and make sure she understands that the 3-day Get Your Book Done Bootcamp is like a mastermind. And Florence says, happy birthday, Raymond. And there's no more questions. No more questions. So I've done the first 2 things. I've taught you how to write a book and I've answered all your questions. The next thing is I'm going to give you a very, very brief talk on something exciting, and then I'm going to give away my book. In the meantime, Bin, my dear Bin, says, I cannot pay this now. What should I do? I cannot find out where I can have to put the number of my credit card. I cannot pay this now. What should I do? I cannot find out where I can have to put the number of my credit card. So Bin, you might have heard me say this before. Email help@aaron.com and we'll take care of you. We'll tell you exactly where to put the number of your credit card. And in the meantime, I should just make a note of Bin Wu. Make sure we take really good care of him. Farida Calder says, once when I'm published, can I have a portrait with you, Raymond? Yes, Farida, I guarantee you, when the lockdown is over and we're at anywhere together, come up to me and we'll get a portrait taken together. Myint, spelled M-Y-I-N-T, Myint. I could not click the link. How could I click the link? I'd like to register. I could not click the link. Okay, so remember I said if you click the link and it doesn't work, copy the link into a different browser and it'll work. So Myint, copy the link into a different browser and you'll see it'll work. Otherwise, email help@aaron.com and my chief financial officer will enter everything for you. And Aisha, please make sure we take great care of Myint Than. Saba Kunar says, happy birthday, Raymond. And Trixina says, my computer is slow. May have to go back and retry. Okay, but in the meantime, Trixina, email help@aaron.com and say you're trying to get in, your computer is slow, and that means we'll save a spot for you. Myint Than says, okay, thanks. Okay, so I've taught you how to write a book and I've answered all of your questions. And now I'm going to give you a very brief talk on another topic, and then I'm going to give away my book. Oh, Mishay. First, we're hearing from Mishay. if I can only start with the payment plan for the Platinum Plus, can I pay in full the next month and get the bonus then? Yes, Ms. Shea, that's a very good question. You can start with the payment plan, and before your next payment is due, if you pay the full balance, then we revert you to the lower cost of the payment plan and you get the bonus. Yes, absolutely. And Aisha, can you please make a note of Michelle Kelly? Make sure we take great care of her. Make sure she gets the pay in full price and make sure she gets the bonus. Great, 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 great. Okay. Trixina says, it has gone through, so I am in scary happy birthday. It has gone through, so I am in scary happy birthday. Well, Trixina, I'm glad it's gone through, and I don't know why you're scared of my birthday. And Michelle says, thank you, Raymond. And Bishnu says, ha, ha, ha. Okay. And Carmen says, I have problems with internet connections. I'm interested. I will write, whoa, hold on. I will write help at, this is Carmen Garduño. So Aisha, please make a note of Carmen Garduño. Make sure we take good care of him because he just wrote help at, but I hope he understands it's help@aaron.com. Yes. And Trixina says, I'm scared of the program. Don't be scared. I'm a nice guy. Madhu says, can I get your help in writing a book on the best healthcare possibilities in the United States? Oh my God, that's a really important topic. That's really important, Madhu. So Aisha, make sure that Madhu gets into the program and we take really good care of him. Okay, so it's now time for me to turn off the chat. So I can't see the chat any longer. Aisha, please make sure that you handle all the questions because I can't see the chat anymore. So I'm now going to give a very brief talk on another topic, and then I'm going to give you my book at no charge, my wonderful book. I want you to think of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was a multi-billionaire, and he was loved by billions of people around the world. But he's dead because he ran out of health. He's dead because he ran out of health. It doesn't matter how much you write a book. It doesn't matter how well branded you are. It doesn't matter how many people love you. It doesn't matter how rich you get. If you run out of health, there's no point. And so let me tell you what I do at age 77 to not run out of health. Listen carefully. I'm 77 years old, but I can walk up 100 flights of stairs and then all the way back down. You can't. You probably can't even walk up one flight of stairs without panting. I can do, I recently did an 11-minute plank, and at any time you can say the word plank and I'll hop down on the floor and do a 2 to 5 minute plank at any time. Most people on the planet cannot do that. I'm strong. I can walk briskly for an hour. I can ride my bicycle briskly for 2 hours. I'm powerful and strong. Why? Well, maybe I got good genes, but I do something. I take a supplement that is the miracle supplement, and I love it, and I'll never stop taking it. And I want to tell you about that right now. If you're not interested, then go away. But I don't understand how you won't be interested in your own health. So listen carefully. Listen carefully. If you put an apple on a table, it'll stay healthy for months. But if you cut it in half, within minutes, it'll start turning brown and start dying. So everything has to age, but an apple ages very slowly. It can stay on a tabletop for months and be wonderful. The instant you cut it, it starts dying. It starts turning brown. It starts oxidizing. And oxidizing is hastened death. Oxidizing is fast death. Oxidizing is aging faster than you're supposed to. But this presentation obviously isn't about apples. It's about you. Every time you get worried, every time someone scares you, every time someone cuts you off in traffic, every time your kids misbehave, every time your parents disapprove of you, every time your boss passes you over for promotion, every time you worry that you're going to go bankrupt, Every time you worry you're going to lose your job, especially in this lockdown, every time you're fearing that you're going to get COVID, every time any emotional harm happens to you, waves of oxidizing go through you, just like the apple turning brown. Your organs are deteriorated, just like the apple turning brown. Your organs age faster than they should, just like the apple turning brown. But don't worry, God knew all about this. And God gave your body an ability to create something that fights the bad guys. So the bad guys are the oxidizing. The bad guys are the oxidizing. The bad guys are turning the apple brown. The bad guys are tearing down your organs. The bad guys are aging your organs faster than they should. And that gives you all of the aging illnesses. For example, if the bad guy oxidizing tears away at your lungs, then you won't be able to breathe well, and you'll call it emphysema. And if the bad guys attack your heart, then you'll get heart problems. If the bad guys attack your spleen, your liver, your kidney, your brain, your skin, they attack your skin, you'll get eczema. So the good guys are what's called antioxidants, because the bad guys are the oxidants, are oxidizing. The good guys are the antioxidants, so they fight the bad guys. The problem is, because of COVID, there's more emotional harm than there's ever been before. The number of calls to suicide helplines is higher in every country in the world than it has ever been before. The amount of emotional harm and pain is higher than it's ever been before. But also, as you age, your body's ability to create antioxidants gets lower and lower. This discrepancy has never been so high, ever. And so you're aging way faster than you should, and you're getting degenerative diseases. Your hands or your ankles are swelling. You're getting arthritis. You're sleep deprived. You don't wake up refreshed in the morning. You're irritable. Those are all the symptoms of aging too fast. So what's the solution? The solution is you need a supplement to build up your body's ability to fight the bad guys. You need a supplement to build up your body's ability to match the bad guys. And that supplement is called Ningxia, Ningxia, Ningxia Red. My staff has just put it in the link for you. And what is Ningxia? Well, let me explain. When good companies decide to make an antioxidant to help you, they typically do the research and find that one antioxidant is better than all the others. And it's grape seed extract from red grapes. The extract from the seeds of red grapes. And so they make an antioxidant, and it's good. It's really good. But one company I found decided to test all 8 of the most powerful antioxidants, and they made an antioxidant supplement from all 8, not just from grapeseed extract, but also from goji berries, which is also called wolfberry, and from wild blueberry, and from pomegranate, and from orange, and from lemon, all the best antioxidants in the world. If you want to see how an antioxidant works, cut an apple, and on 1/2 of the inside, rub lemon. And an hour later, that side will still be pink and the other side will be brown, because lemon is an antioxidant. You see how easy it is to understand? And so I decided to buy my antioxidant supplement from this one company that uses all 8, because it doesn't just help your organs in one way, it helps in many ways, not just over one period of time, over many periods of time, and it gives your whole body a refreshing rejuvenation. And it heals your organs, and it also turns the clock back so that you can do things you couldn't do before. It actually has the impact of healing some of the tearing away of your organs. But there's another thing. For a farm to be declared organic, it has to get an organic certificate every year for 3 years in a row, and then it can call itself organic. But the company that I buy my antioxidant supplement from has made up a definition of organic that no company in the world has the nerve to do. They will not buy plants from a farmer unless that farm has been certified organic for 50 years in a row. 50 years in a row. And that means there is no harsh chemicals. There's no heavy metals. There's no herbicides. There's no pesticides. There's no fertilizer. There's no chemicals, no man-made chemicals of any kind on that land for 50 years in a row. Wow, wow, wow. Now you might say, well, that sounds nice, but so what? Well, here's the so what. If there's 1% of impurities in your antioxidant, it doesn't decrease the medicinal value by 1%. It decreases the medicinal value by 99%. That means you can go to a health food store that you really love and trust and respect, and you can say, do you have antioxidants? They'll say, yeah, right over there. You'll go there, there'll be 10 different kinds. And then you'll say, do any of these have impurities? And the merchant will say, no, of course not. He doesn't know, but he's just making it up. And of course, he'll never know. Because if it isn't certified organic for 50 years, there's still trace elements of impurities. And that means you can spend $500 a month on the best antioxidant and get no benefit whatsoever. You can spend $500 on the best antioxidant and get no benefit whatsoever because of the impurities. Now, they don't put impurities in it, but the plants that they buy from the farmer have heavy metals and fertilizers and pesticides and herbicides and all that poison in it. And that goes into your system and decreases the benefit to almost zero. So I buy my antioxidant from a company that has no impurities in it whatsoever and has all 8 of the world's best antioxidants instead of just 1. Now, that's the science. And that's for the left brainers of you. You want to know the science. But now for the right brainers, you want to hear the stories. So let me tell you the stories. The first story is my own sister. My own sister, her name is Susan. She's 75. And she rides her bike an hour every morning. And when I was there for dinner a while ago, I said to her, Susan, there's this amazing antioxidant. You got to try it because it rejuvenates your organs. It turns your organs back so that you can do things you couldn't even do before. She said, oh my gosh, I got to try it. That's what everybody says. That's what you'll say in a few minutes. Oh my gosh, I got to try it. I mean, why not try it? So I told her about it and she started using it. And actually I'm using it right now. Oh my gosh, it's right here. You can see it's called, it's a little hard to see. It's called Ningxia Red. Yeah, it's very hard to see. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's too hard to see. But you can see it's this blood red color and it tastes great. It tastes like plums. It's a very delicious juice. And what you do is you pour an ounce into a glass, fill the rest with water, put in an ice cube because it's really good cold, and you drink one of those in the morning and one of those at night. So you just pour in an ounce in the morning and then fill the rest with water, put in an ice cube if you want, morning, night, morning, night. So my sister did it. And 3 months later, she told me an amazing story. She said, years ago, Raymond, I took a different route and it actually took me 2 hours to get back home instead of 1 hour. And I got back exhausted. And I promised my husband I would never take that longer route again. But 3 months after she started taking Ningxia every morning and every night, she woke up one morning and said to her husband, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why I'm feeling so amazing. I'm going to try that longer route. And she did try it. And it did take her 2 hours, but she came back refreshed and not exhausted. And she called me and said, Raymond, it's because of Ningxia. I can't believe it. It's wonderful. I'll never stop using Ningxia again. I'm so glad I said, oh my gosh, I got to try it when you first told it to me. Wow, that's my own sister. And now I have another story to tell you. Her name is Jacinth. She lives in the very northernmost region of Canada. And she has a problem that so many of her organs have deteriorated that she has a problem sleeping. She falls asleep quickly and easily, but she wakes up after 4.5 hours. And no matter what she's done, she's seen acupuncturists, she's seen chiropractors, she's seen medical doctors, she's seen surgeons. Nobody can help her. They say, oh, you're making it up. She says, no, I get 4.5 hours sleep and I'm tired all day long. And in the middle of the afternoon, I need a chocolate bar or a donut because I'm tired. I need something to pick me up. And so I've gained a little weight and I don't like it and I want to be able to sleep. I said, Jacinth, you need an antioxidant. Your organs have all got deteriorated, so they're not working well. They're not functioning properly. She said, oh my gosh, I got to try it. And so she did try it. And 3 months later, she called me back and said, Raymond, I just woke up after 8.5 hours sleep, the first time in 30 years. She's been in sleep deprivation for 30 years, every night for 30 years. She's gotten only 4.5 hours sleep. And to this day, every time we talk, I say, how are you sleeping? She says, 8.5 hours. I'll never stop that Ningxia. It's a good thing I said, oh my gosh, I got to try it when you first told it to me. But now the best testimonial of all, because it's my own. I can't wait. I've waited all this time to tell you. I'm so, so excited. Listen, this is my own testimonial. I want you to know who I am. In my teens and 20s and 30s, I was an athlete, but not an athlete, a super athlete. I was like really good. I was a track star. I was a cross-country runner. I was a road runner. I was a cross-country ski competitor. And I was a rock climber, a mountain climber, a squash player, a unicyclist, a 5-foot tall unicyclist. Man, I did every single sport you could imagine. And then at age 36, a running friend of mine that I'd run 3 marathons with, he said that he'd signed up for an ultra marathon and challenged me to sign up as well. And I said to him, what's an ultra marathon? He said, it's a race that's longer than a marathon. I said, excuse me, a marathon is long enough. A marathon is 26 miles, 42 kilometers. That's long enough. He said, well, this one is 100 kilometers. And for my American friends, that's 62 miles. I said, 62 miles, you nuts? Anyways, he was training for it. So I signed up for it and I trained for it. I got to the starting line. The gun went off at noon and I finished it. I achieved it. I finished a 100-kilometer, a 62-mile ultra marathon in 12.5 nonstop hours. Wow, wow, wow. At 36 years old, I was at top of the world. I was so proud of myself. My body was strong. But for the last few hours of the race, I was wheezing. Why? Because I'd injured my lungs from 12.5 hours of running, of nonstop running. So I said, no problem. And I took 3 months off and I tied on my running shoes for my first run in 3 months. And I lasted 1 block and I had to stop because I was wheezing again. I couldn't go on. I could only run 1 block. So I took another 3 months off, tied on my running shoes, 1 block. So I took 6 months off. This is a year now since I did my ultra marathon and I could only go 1 block. I took another year off. I could only go 1 block. And that was at age 36. Last year, when I was 76, so you have to understand, from age 36 to age 76, 40 years. For 40 years, this superstar athlete has not been able to jog more than a block. For 40 years, I was not an athlete at all. I was very unhappy. And last year, when I was 76, Jack Canfield called me. Yes, we're dear friends. Jack Canfield called me and he told me about this antioxidant Ningxia that he's taking because he and I are exactly the same age. And he said, he's doing it. And I said, why are you doing it, Jack? And he says, because you and I are the same age. We're 76 last year and we're aging and we want to age gracefully. We know we're going to age, but we don't want to age faster than we should. We just want to age gracefully. It's okay, good. And I wasn't thinking of running at that time. I thought, well, if Jack's doing it, I'll do it. I mean, Jack Canfield's world famous and he's a researcher. So he did all the research on it. And I want to age, gracefully. So I said, oh my gosh, I got to try it. And so I did. And I took it morning and night. I didn't see any change. And one day after about 3 months, I was walking with my wife late at night. And I said, Karen, I don't understand something. I feel so wonderful. I'm going to try jogging. She said, go ahead. And I started jogging and I noticed where the 1 block mark was and I passed it. I was running 1 block with no wheezing, no panting. And then I got to 2 blocks and then 7 blocks and then 19 blocks and then 35 blocks. I did not stop running. For 1 solid hour. I hadn't run in 40 years and I ran for 1 solid hour because of this miracle, this Ningxia Red, this incredible antioxidant. I drink it all the time. It tastes so delicious, and it increases my body's ability to fight the bad guys, the antioxidants, so the oxidizing. Wow. So you can spend $500, go to a health food store and you can pay $20, you can pay $500, but don't do it because they won't tell you whether there's any impurities in it. They won't tell you whether they're obeying the rule of 50 years organic instead of just the normal 3. 3 years is nice, but it doesn't guarantee you that there's no impurities. So it's not $500. Let me tell you what the investment is. For Americans, it's $136 US. They ship from 2 locations in the United States. It takes a few days to get it. You register today. I'll tell you the link in just a minute or two. You click on that link, you fill out a very small form. It asks you for name, email address, shipping address, all that stuff. And it's sent to you. And it's not sent to you once, because once is useless. It's like going to a gym once and wondering why your muscles aren't bigger. You can't go to a gym once and wonder why your muscles aren't bigger. You can't date a girl once and wonder why she isn't marrying you. There has to be some consistency. You have to go to the gym every day. You have to take Ningxia Red every day, and then it'll improve your body. And so you get a month's supply today. It'll be shipped to you today. And then this time next month, you get another month's supply. And this time, the month after that, you get another month's supply. Yes, legally, I have to tell you, you can cancel at any time, but don't. I mean, if you're that weak a person that you're just going to lift a weight once and then see if you have a stronger muscle, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So if you're only going to do it for a month, don't even bother. If you're serious about your health, if you're serious, yes, you can still quit at any time. But if you're serious about your health, then when the link shows up, grab it. And for Americans, it's $136 US per month. For Canadians, it's 166 Canadian dollars per month. And it's shipped from 2 places in Canada, East Coast and West Coast. So you get it very quickly. In England, it's shipped from London. Even though it's a US company, they ship to Brits from London, England. And they have 2 locations they ship from in Europe. In fact, they ship to 70 different countries in the world, including yours. So the investment is 128 pounds sterling in England, and maybe 130, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's 130 pounds sterling in England, 136 US dollars in the United States, and 166 Canadian dollars in Canada. So the first thing I'm going to do is have Aisha, my wonderful staff supporting me today, put up the link. It's just Aaron.com/YL, Aaron.com/YL Yankee Lima, Aaron.com/YL. Just click on that link and register. It'll only take you a minute or two. The other thing is, if you have any questions whatsoever, then you can ask me publicly right here and I'll answer them. Or if you have any financial issue, then just email help@aaron.com. So let me see all the questions. Okay. So Laura says, I'm stuck in a PayPal loop. Pay, return to page, input. Okay, fine. So if you're stuck, Laura, just email help@aaron.com. Vishnu says, wow. Laura says, yes, please. Vishnu says, wow, awesome. 100 kilometers. Yeah, that's true. Michael says, that's awesome, Raymond. I ran my first marathon at 15. I guess he means at 15 years old. Wow, that's amazing. Vishnu says, 1 solid hour run after 40 years. Wow. Yep. Kim says, cool story. Laura says, you guys are amazing. Vishnu says, I can refer to my friend. Yes, that's true. Yes, you get a referral link, and anyone you refer to, you get an override on them. Michael Morris says, very inspirational stuff. My father and mother ran, but I found myself in a stroke unit last year at only age 38. So the idea of aging has been quite terrifying. Nice story about running. Michael, you need to get on Ningxia Red. If you've already had a stroke, that means the oxidizing has started to cripple your heart. You need to build it up again. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving advice. I'm not giving diagnoses. I'm just telling you, this is a great antioxidant. When, W-E-N, says, yes, Bishnu, you can send your friend the link once it goes up. Oh, that's Wendy. Okay, I see that. Okay, and Stuart says, how many ounces is the bottle? A bottle is 1 month supply, a 1 week supply. So it's 750 milliliters, but you get enough for 1 week. So that's 14 ounces. So you take an ounce in the morning, an ounce at night for 14 times for a week. And so this is 1 week supply. In other words, you get 4 bottles to make it a month. And Bin says, I paid already and wanted to start soon. Not sure what that means. I paid already and I wanted to start soon. You mean you paid already today? If you paid today, then your payment will go through and they'll ship you the bottles today. And Bin says, I feel very happy now I paid the full money and I want to learn how to write good books. Oh, Bin registered for the 10-10-10 program. Congratulations. Farida says, I'm registered and waiting to download your marketing book, Platinum Plus. Can't wait for the boot camp. Wonderful. Congratulations, Farida. And Stuart says, thank you. And Aisha has put up the link for Platinum and Platinum Plus, and she'll also put up again the link for the Ningjia. She just put up the dates of the boot camp. Yeah. So Aisha, if you could put up there's the link for the antioxidant. And Bin says, yes, I paid the 10-10-10 program and want to have good books soon. Yes, you will write good books very soon. Okay, so question about writing a book. By the way, this is the book. Remember that that 15-year-old girl? Well, here she is, and she wrote the book #success. So if you want to write a book or you want to be healthy, whatever you wish, you can do it today. And within a minute, I will give you the link to download the book that you can't get anywhere else in the world. I don't have a copy. I thought I had a copy of it here. No, I guess I don't. Aisha, can you please tell Jody that the next time she sends me something, send me also a copy of the book, Branding Small Business for Dummies, so that I can show it on a webinar.
Okay, Raymond.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So do you have any final question on staying healthy? Any final question on writing a book? Whatever you wish. You can write a book, you can be healthy, or you can do both. I've decided to do both. I've written 147 books and I will never stop taking Ningjia Red. Never, ever, ever. Any question? Looks like there's no questions. So Aisha, please put up the link. They've waited long enough. Put up the link to get my book for free. And there it is. The link is aaron.com/4dummiesbook. aaron.com/4dummiesbook. Bin says, I pray for you can help me to be successful in America. Yep, I will help you be successful. Bin, I'll take good care of you. Nagar says, Raymond, if I register and use the 10-10-10, your publishing company will publish my book. Yes, that's a guarantee. And will your publishing company share the book on Amazon? Yes, of course. That's my guarantee to you. I will publish your book and I will list it on Amazon. Nagar, I will publish your book and I will list it on Amazon. Absolutely. So I should just make sure Nagar Ateya is taken well care of. He's just on the verge of registering, but he's a little frightened. So there's no need to worry. I'll do a great job for you, Nagar. And as soon as you register, please put in the post so that I know. Mel says, hi, can I attend a book launch? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, of course you can attend a book launch, Mel. And Bin says, thanks again. I will work very hard to do whatever you tell me. Wonderful. Wonderful. Nagar says, thank you. Aisha gives all 3 links again. And Aisha reminds you to email help@aaron.com if you have any questions at all. And Nina, haven't heard from Nina yet. This is the first mention from Nina. Thank you so much for everything today. One question: does Platinum Plus include editing and formatting? No, but I do teach you how to get it really inexpensively. I even teach you how you might be able to get it for free. So don't worry about editing and formatting. Okay. Thank you, Nina. So Aisha, can you just please record Nina Bentley? Make sure we take great care of her. By the way, Aisha, can you see the posts? Oh, of course you can, because you post there. Okay. So please write down Nina Bentley. Make sure we take great care of her. Well, that looks like the end of the show. I did everything I promised. I promised to teach you about book writing, and I did. I promised. Shirley says, Raymond, whoa. Shirley says, Raymond, thanks for allowing me to attend your free seminar. You're welcome, Shirley. Robin says, Raymond, I would love to enroll in the platinum level and then upgrade later to the Platinum Plus. Yes, you just pay the difference. Yes. During the pandemic, it was very hard on me too, where I don't have the full money for either. Any way to get a guarantee from my credit card company and be billed in smaller payments monthly. This is a great price, and if it goes up, I can't afford it. Or lock in the price with the deposit. I really want this. So I don't know if you've heard me say it before, Robin, but what you do is you simply email help@aron.com, and my wonderful chief financial officer will bend over backwards in order to create a payment plan that works for you. In the meantime, Aisha, if you could just record Robin's name and make sure we take great care of Robin because he really wants in. Jillian says, thank you for the book. Bin says, I pray for I can hear from you soon so that I can start soon. Well, you're not going to hear from me. If you've registered for the 10-10-10 program, your personal book architect will call you on Monday. I want to get my license for practicing my medicine. Oh, very nice. Vishnu says, I forwarded the Young Living link to my friend. Very nice. Thank you. And Aisha has put all the links there. Michelle says, I attended the 10-10-10 program. My book is Be Successful for Life, Elevate Your Thoughts, Word, Action, and Results. And it is available now on Amazon. Thank you for your program. It has made all the difference in the world. Thank you. Well, isn't that sweet? Michelle Green just gave me an unsolicited testimonial. Isn't that sweet? Thank you. I'm going to read it again for everybody to enjoy. I attended the 10-10-10 program. My book is Be Successful for Life, Elevate Your Thoughts, Words, Actions, and Results, and it is available now on Amazon. Thank you for your program. It has made all the difference in the world. Thank you. Wow, very sweet. Robin says, is it Nikki? Robin says, is it Nikki? I think you're saying, what's the name of my chief financial officer? And his name is Mickey, M-I-K-E-E. M as in Mary, M-I-K-E-E. I think that's what you're asking, Robin. Bin says, thanks again. Trixina says, thank you. How do I manage boot camp when it is 2 a.m. in the morning? Well, other people have had that same issue, Trixina. And in any case, it's better than flying and spending several $1,000s just on airfare and hotels. Yes, there's many people who are in far away from Toronto, and it's the middle of the night for them, and they still figure it out. Or just play the videos at home in your own living room. Ben says, thanks for helping me for my life. Robin says, your CEO. My CEO is Wendy. You don't want to speak to Wendy. You want to speak to my CFO, my chief financial officer, and his name is Mickey, M-I-K-E-E. Robin says, thanks. And I should just repeat, CFO is Mickey. Michelle says, thank you so much. Oh, yes, for your testimonial. Thank you. Ah, yes, 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 yes. And Bin says, pray for you can keep an eye on my project. Oh, I will keep an eye on you. Yes. Bin, you're my new best friend. I will keep my eye on you. And Michael says, uh-oh, I already emailed and spelled it Mickey. Hopefully he doesn't hold it against me. Michael, lots of people spell his name improperly. And lots of people call him Mikey instead of Mickey. He's gotten used to terrible misspellings and terrible mispronunciations. He won't hold it against you. Shirley says, when will you be in Toronto? I live in Toronto. Aisha, actually, I live outside of Toronto in a log cabin, but yes, Toronto's the closest city. Okay, Mickey, I got your message. Nina says, thank you for the free download. Looking forward to reading it. Good. Ben says, I have many books which I want to be published. Wonderful. I'll publish every one of them. Michael says, I just want him to know I'm not mousing around. Okay. Now he knows you're not mousing around. Ben says, I need your wisdom for my success in America. I'm happy to give you my wisdom. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Shirley says, I live in Durham. Okay. You live in Durham. I live, my wife is very private. She won't let me tell you where I live. But yes, we're almost neighbors. Shirley, we're almost neighbors. Ben says, thanks. Robin says, Raymond, thank you. I met you in person pre-pandemic through 90.7 FM, Christine Blah's date in Los Angeles at branding seminar, and I loved it. Good. Muriel, oh, first post from Muriel. Muriel says, thank you so much for sharing, Raymond. You are such a blessing to so many of us. God bless. Well, thank you, Muriel. That's sweet. And Robert says, so sorry for my tardiness. I had some family issues to deal with. How can I get the full experience of the Zoom meeting? Robert, we're going to send a video out to you. We're going to send a replay out to you. There's a lot of people who couldn't get in for some reason. I don't know why. And so we're sending this replay to everyone who attended and everyone who registered but didn't attend. So you'll get it. Actually, Wendy or Mickey or Aisha, can you tell me when we're sending out the replay?
It'll be out this weekend, Raymond.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So it takes time to render it. So Robert, you'll get it today or tomorrow, certainly by tomorrow. And if you don't get it, you know what to do. Email help@aaron.com. Carmen says, thank you for the book. You're welcome. And Ben says, you work very hard to help me, and I very appreciate to be on your team. Pray that I made the right decision. You made the right decision. I don't have to pray. And Bishnu says, thank you for the free book and insight. Superb session. Thank you. And Carmen says, thank you. I have to go to work. Okay. Well, I have to go too, but because I finished work. Ben says, thanks again. What a wonderful, appreciative group. And since so many people are still here, even though it's over, I might as well ask you a question. So here's the question. Whether you registered for the 10-10-10 program or not, listen carefully. Whether you registered for the 10-10-10 program or not, what turned you on most? Like, what is it that when I said it, you said, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like I listed many, many benefits, but what is the benefit that really grabbed you? So I don't want you to start with, I didn't register because I'm broke. I don't want to hear that. I want, whether you registered or not, doesn't matter. What is it that when I said it, you said, oh my God, that's amazing. And Vishnu says branding. Wow. Okay, good. Thank you. And Michael says the forward. And Vishnu said authority. Wow. Okay. Thank you. This is wonderful feedback. Mel says time with you and your expertise. Yes, you get to spend 3 days with me. And you can reattend the Get Your Book Done boot camp. So you can spend 6 days with me, 9 days with me, 12 days with me. Yeah. Someone else. What did you most, what grabbed you the most? And Ben says your wisdom and success. Ah, thank you. And Christine says, Christine, that you will help the whole way. Yes, I will help you the whole way. And Mike says, taking the book to completion. Yes, I make sure I'm there right till the very end. And Michelle says, I needed the help with understanding how to structure my book. Also, the fact that I could get it done faster. Oh, good. Okay. So you liked how quickly you could get it done. Very nice. Nagar says, would you recommend a good editor with a reasonable price to edit? Well, even better than that, Nagar, I teach you how you can get it for free. Nina says, forward and branding, but most of all, your willingness to share your gift. Oh, what a sweetheart you are, Nina. And Joseph says, because I love helping people, making a book to motivate people is my greatest dream. That's nice, Joseph. Thank you. Shirley says, okay, the benefit of knowing that I can write my own book with your help and make some income. I wanted to write my book since I was in my teens. I have read over 100 books in my lifetime. Very nice. Florence says, amazing, because I don't of anyone that will be that supportive. Okay, amazing, because I don't know of anyone that will be that supportive in such matters. Yes, I'm very supportive. Jillian says, your proven success. Robert Kiyosaki's testimonial that you helped him to achieve more with a lot less stress. Yes, you quoted it perfectly, Jillian. Bin says, I want to become as successful as you are. Okay, so that's what turned you on. Great. Michael says, the forward, meaning you're willing to personally put your name and reputation behind it by investing the time to read and invest in the development of the content. Priceless. Wow. Thank you, Michael. Robin says, for me, I know you need an expert that has been there, done that successfully, and can take you there where it's too hard on your own and your spirituality. We're both live as alike. Okay, good. Thank you, Robin. We're both Libras. Okay, I get it. Nagar says, thank you so much to give hope and inspiring presentation. And Bin says, I want to learn everything from you. What a sweetheart you are, Bin. So the question is, what did you most like about the presentation about the book writing? What grabbed you? Whether you registered or not, what grabbed you? And Florida says, I was going to this by myself, not having ever done this, but you sure made things so much easier. I love that it's your guiding me. Yes, I will guide you. Bin says, thanks. Florida says, you can call me Rita. Oh, that'd be easier. Rita. And Rita says, like everyone else. Oh, everyone else calls you Rita. Okay, good. So what did you like most? What grabbed you? Whether you registered or not, what grabbed you? Mel says, is the boot camp included in the 10-10-10 program? Yes, of course it is. I told you, you can attend it at no charge. You can attend it at no charge as often as you wish for the rest of your life. There's no extra charge. And Robin says, I also love the wow, wow, wow. It makes me smile and laugh. Good. Good, good, good. What grabbed you the most? What did you like the most? And Merle, oh, never heard from her before, or him, sorry, I don't know. Merle says, your experience and support all the way until getting the success. Absolutely, Merle, I support you all the way. And no one's leaving. Nobody's leaving. Why are you staying? Are you thinking maybe I'll teach you something else? Bin says, I want to become successful as you are. Okay. So Wendy, I need permission. Can I tell them about the new thing that I just started November 1st? Since they're here anyways and they don't want to leave?
You can talk about your podcast.
Aha. Okay. So if you want to stay in touch with me at no charge whatsoever, then you can subscribe to my podcast. Once a week, I publish a 30-minute interview with a world famous multimillionaire celebrity, or a 10-minute insight in which I do a solo broadcast of a fascinating idea that I have. And you can learn from the interview, or you can learn from my 10-minute insights. And it's really fun. and it's uplifting, and I'm an enjoyable speaker, and there's no cost whatsoever. And it's only once a week, either 10 minutes or 30 minutes. And Bishnu says, how do I subscribe? Well, I'm just about to tell you. And here it is. And Aisha is probably not prepared, so I'll say it. It's resparkyourlife.com. Respark. That's, oh my gosh, Aisha, congratulations. I don't know how you did that. Resparkyourlife.com, spelt correctly, beautiful. So just click on that, and I'm going to click on it and actually show you what it looks like. So you can see, share screen. And there it is. It says Respark Your Life. And then there's a big white subscribe button. You just click on subscribe and you'll automatically be notified every Thursday. And you can see that the most recent episode was December 9th. It was episode 137, and it's on how to be a metaverse millionaire. The previous one was an interview with Steve Prentice on how to go faster by slowing down. And then I gave a 10-minute insight on December 2nd, episode 135, how to title and subtitle your book, which will be interesting to you. And then episode 134, right before that, on November 29th, was an interview with Charles Marcus, having the success you desire and deserve. That's an amazing one. Charles Marcus was a horrible stutterer. He stuttered and stuttered and stuttered when he was a kid. And he decided not just to conquer stuttering, but to actually become a highly paid professional speaker. And he's a dear friend, and he's amazing. And when he speaks, you can't even tell that he's stuttering. But when he gets tired or when he gets frightened, the stuttering comes back. It's really amazing. And this one is amazing. November 25th, episode 133, there's only 5 ways to live. And the reason you need to watch that one, it's only 10 minutes long, is because I teach you the 5 ways to die. You think there's only one way to die, get sick. But actually there's 5 ways to die. And I tell you what the 5 ways are, and then I tell you how to prevent that. So there's 137 of them. So you can go back and you can play any one you want. They're either 10 minutes or 30 minutes. This one, I remember episode 119. I didn't know what to write about. And I just wrote about, I'm 77 years old and abundantly happy. And I just say all the wonderful things that are going on in my life. So just smash that subscribe button right there. Just click on that subscribe button right there at resparkyourlife.com. And you'll be a subscriber to my podcast. Oh, so what are the comments? Who said wow? Somebody said wow. Oh, I can't see the names any longer. Robin says, do you need to have your own business before your book? If you make money, the IRS in the United States wants you to pay taxes. Of course you pay taxes when you earn money, but you don't have to have your own book. 2/3 of my book writing clients do not have their own business. 1/3 do have their own business. Vishnu says, amazing. What to say? Thank you very much. Vishnu, you're very sweet. So there you go. Wendy is the CEO of the company. She's the boss lady. And she said I could tell you all about my podcast, and I did. So if you have any question about the podcast, any question about the free book, any question about Ningxia Red, my amazing antioxidant supplement, any question about the book writing program, just put it in the chat and I'll answer it. Wendy, they're not leaving. Can I tell them something else? What do you recommend?
Love you.
They love me. They love me. They do. Am I allowed to tell them anything else?
Sure, Raymond. You can tell them what you want to tell them.
I don't want you to give in, so I won't do it. Okay.
It's okay. You have my permission. Go do it. Do it.
Okay. So very late October, just like 5 or 6 weeks ago. Mark Zuckerberg, the world famous founding CEO of Facebook, made a shocking announcement that he was changing the name of Facebook to Meta. And that's the first time that people heard, or that most people heard, the term meta or metaverse. And I decided that I would study the metaverse and learn all about it. And I started studying and I learned so much, and it was so exciting to me. And there's so many income opportunities, but there's also so much opportunity to stay ahead of the curve and find out exactly what the metaverse is. Like when cell phones came out, you could have said, oh, this newfangled stuff, forget about it, and then not have a cell phone. When automobiles came out in 1903, you could have said, no, the horse will be here forever. And you could have missed that. So when new things come out, most people say, forget about it, it's a new fad. But some people who are clever want to stay ahead of the curve and want to know what this newfangled thing is all about. And so I've started a YouTube channel that teaches you all about the metaverse and what it really is. And Aisha, I'm going to have to help you with this. Yeah, that's the ugly one. Let me write in the best one. It's youtube.com/metaverse pioneers. So Aisha, if you could type it in with the HTTP, youtube.com/metaverse pioneers. youtube.com/metaverse pioneers. I'm just waiting for Aisha. There you go. youtube.com/metaverse pioneers. Good. I think you've spelled it correctly. Let me go there and let me show you what's there. So I will share my screen. And there it is. There it is. That's what it looks like. And I am the Meta Man. I am the Meta Man. You can see right here, it says Metaverse Pioneers. And even though I started only November 1st, that's like 5 weeks, I'm already up to 1.19 thousand subscribers. That's almost 1,200 subscribers in just 5 or 6 weeks. And you can see here, I'm going to click on the videos. The most recent video is called Who Will Own the Metaverse? Is it going to be Apple or Google or Amazon or Facebook? And then I teach you how to get crypto at 50% off, which is fascinating. And then I teach you about the games that are coming to crypto. And then here's Metaverse Explained. So you can just click on it and learn about the metaverse. And here I mention crypto gems that might well go 100x. In other words, if you invest $10,000, you could get $1 million. You invest $10,000, you can get $1 million. If you put only $500 in, you could have $50,000. Like 100x is amazing. Anyways, you can see all the videos. I'm up to about 30 videos so far. They're all about 15 minutes long and they all have really pretty thumbs. And you can subscribe just by clicking. Oh, you see, this is my own channel. I can't subscribe to my own channel. But when you go there, it'll say subscribe. Yeah. Okay. So please subscribe to the Meta Man, to Metaverse Pioneers, and learn about the metaverse. Learn about the metaverse. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. Any question on that? Any question on the YouTube channel? Bishnu says, wow. So if you like it, just subscribe, Bishnu, and see if you like it. If you don't like it, then unsubscribe. But if you want to learn about the next thing that's coming, subscribe. Sarah says, sounds interesting. Good. There's no cost. There's no cost to learn about the metaverse with my new YouTube channel. And there's no charge to learn about life with my podcast once a week, either 10 minutes or 30 minutes. And Jillian says, I will also check it out. Signing off for now. Have a great weekend. Thanks. And Christopher says, thank you, Raymond. And Trixina says, no. I'm not sure what she refers to when she says no, but just found there have been 2 payments, 1 on each credit card. I tried. Help. Trixina, I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. You start off by saying no, but just found there have been 2 payments, one on each credit card. I tried help. So Aisha, it's very important that Mickey gets through to Trixina because she's concerned about her credit card. And we need to treasure each person's credit card and make sure we treat it very, very well. So Aisha, Mickey's probably handling some other clients right now. Make sure he gets back to Trixina to make sure that we treat her credit card correctly. Christopher says, thank you. Ben says, can you help to get your pod? Can you help to get your pod? I'm not sure what that means, Ben. And Bishnu says, how to subscribe to the YouTube channel? Just click on the link and hit the subscribe button. Or start watching any video and you'll see a red subscribe button on the bottom right corner. Just click on any video, start watching it, and there'll be a red subscribe button on the bottom right corner. And Trixina says she said she's paid twice by accident. So don't worry, Trixina. If you paid twice by accident, we will take full care of it and we'll refund one of them to make sure you only pay once. We'll take really good care of you, Trixina. And Florence says, thank you for this awesome presentation. You're welcome. And Bishnu says, thank you. And Aisha just repeats the hyperlink, youtube.com/metaverse pioneers. Just go there, click on any video, start playing it, and you'll see a red subscribe button on the bottom right corner. Michelle says, thank you. Have a great weekend. If allowed, can you share my link? Actually, it doesn't come as a link. Robin says, think he wants your help with his own podcast. Oh, you want my help with your podcast? Wow. Okay, well, then you can ask me whatever question you want at the Get Your Book Done Bootcamp, and I'll be happy to help you. Yes, so Trixina, don't worry. We've checked our records and we see that you did buy it twice. Don't worry, we'll rectify it immediately and take care of it. Don't worry at all. We're good people. We see that you paid twice and we'll refund one of them. You're in good hands. Michelle says it is a link when you click on it. Yeah, it's not. It's not. It didn't come through. And Mickey says it's done. Oh, Trixina, we've already refunded one of them. That's how good my chief financial officer is. Michelle, it does not come through as a link, honestly. If it doesn't have http:// it doesn't come through. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for staying so long. I had to teach you 2 extra things about my podcast and about my YouTube channel. If you want to stay in touch with me, stay in touch with me through the podcast. It's free. And if you're interested in learning about the metaverse, that's also free. I love you. Thank you for staying so long. Can't think of anything else I can teach you. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.